Hello? Gosh darn it. Okay,
We
can you
get
hear me
people
now?
joining, having problems with the voice.
There we go. Much
Okay,
better.
Oh, I get pinged every time somebody leaves and enters. So
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, and for the
Just need to
third,
reconnect. Sorry.
you
I'm
having
just gonna
problems,
reconnect
Marcus?
you. Yeah, with my internet. I'm
Okay,
gonna reconnect to Roll20 just a second.
okay, go ahead. Are you still on the voice chat though?
Yeah, I'm still on.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and read the third rumor.
Mhm.
Dock workers and dock masters swear that they saw a smoking ship come into the port carrying what appeared to be fresh slaves. Hooded figures led groups of bound men and women onto the docks and into the city, asking for no assistance from the dock workers. In addition, the dock masters have no memory of ever speaking to the crew, nor receiving any berth payment. The ship stayed docked for less than an hour, then disembarked and disappeared into the night. Now, as we wait, Marcus, are you reattached?
Nope.
Okay. As we wait for
Reload.
Marcus to reattach, Mira, the
yeah.
action moves over here, and you awake in the morning to find Layla standing nearby, looking over you and staring particularly at the amulet that you wear around your neck.
Oh,
She has
hi.
yeah, she is standing there very quietly, trying hard not to wake you up. But once your eyes open, she kind of steps back a little bit and she says, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to wake you.
You're okay.
I was I was trying to be super quiet. I
I
didn't
know.
know I didn't know that Angel slept."
Oh,
Aw.
my heart!
What's that you're wearing? It's really pretty.
It's an amulet.
But what is it? Looks like a monster head,
It's a dragon.
a dragon. Where
Uh-huh.
where 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 did you get it?
It's a long story.
So she sits down on the bed and she says, I'm not hungry for breakfast. I like stories.
Okay. I
Aw.
start I start telling her about our trip to the Kobold Cave.
Aw.
So you explain to her the ins and outs of the cave near Gurney Bay, and her eyes wide, and she said, "Oh, the cave down by the beach.
Yeah.
Daddy told me never go in there because sometimes there are bad people in there. Did you go in there?
Yes, we did.
Were there bad people in there?"
Yes, there were.
So, and you continue telling the story about the group of kobolds that inhabited the cave, and then the final encounter with the strange kobold chieftain who spoke perfect common,
Mm-hmm.
and the the statue of the dragon on the far on the other side of the chasm that called to you, and when you touched it, it crumbled, and this amulet appeared around your neck. So then her eyes become like saucers when you tell this, and she said, "Oh, so it's is it magic?
Yes, it is.
Oh, what kind of magic? What does it do?"
And then proceed to tell her about the encounter with Morcott and how Gothos came to save us.
Okay, and now she's sitting down on the bed and she's actually cowering a little bit.
Oh,
She said, "So you saw the dark man.
yes, we did.
Mhm.
And he talked to you?"
He talked
And
to
you
go fast.
and you didn't follow him, and when he talked to you?
Well,
He
he
didn't.
he did laugh at me.
Yeah.
You're not there, Feluca.
I
Yeah.
know.
You're not even in the inn.
Yeah, you're not even in the same room.
You're in the same building, for that matter.
So then you said a big monster came out of the amulet,
Yeah,
and it made the dark man go away. So
it did.
so is that's what the amulet does? It makes the dark man go away.
It does. It makes the
Uh,
scary. It helps protect me from the scary things.
uh, can you make one for me?
I can't,
Aw.
but I'll let you stay near me so you're safe. Okay?
Well, but you go in bad places. I can't go in those places. Daddy said I can't go in there.
I know. I'll make sure you're safe, sweetheart. Don't worry.
So she sits and ponders for a while, and you can tell that she's got a bit of hero worship going on.
Oh, I love her. Can I adopt
Aw.
her? She's
Uh,
so
she,
cute.
you can tell that you can tell that, that this childlike wonder, and she's never done some of the things that you're doing, and so she wants to be like you, but Daddy tells her she can't go in bad places,
Oh,
so she's gonna have to wait till she gets a little older, I guess.
yes.
All right, Marcus, we're still waiting on Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know my internet's terrible. I wish it was
All right.
better.
Because the next little bit, Marcus needs to be there for that because Samuel is also
Oh.
up before Marcus.
Well, he can be talking to me, I guess.
Alright,
So Samuel is actually he's kind of kneeling beside your bed, and he's actually he's not really sure whether he's still not sure whether to treat you like a person or a pet, or because you're tall and you stand on two legs like a person, but you're fluffy and you have a tail and you look like a dog.
I don't know, man. I'm just
I
a
just-
dog.
Yep.
People ask
I
me
just
that
lay there
questions
holding
in
my
another
tail.
RP chat, and that's my Starkey response. I don't know, man. I'm just a dog.
So Marcus, you hold your tail when you sleep.
Yep.
Okay, that's adorable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
see, y'all say that when I said I hail creep.
I'm sorry, you broke up a little bit, Loose Fang.
I was just saying, whenever I hold a tail, you say a creep.
So you're creepy. Oh.
If you're holding your own tail, that's not creepy, is it?
No, not at all.
No, but when
No,
I'm
it's
holding
your-
Mark,
it's your-
Oh, when you're holding
I get it.
Marcus's tail.
I get it.
When somebody holds, when somebody holds another person's tail.
Okay,
Just be
that's
careful with that.
creepy.
Don't
That's
talk
creepy.
about
Yeah,
it.
it's like the philosophy. You can pick your friends and you can pick your nose, but you
Oh,
can't pick your friend's
gross.
nose.
Oh, gross.
Oh
It's
gosh.
the same thing. You can pick your friends, you can hold your friends, and you can hold your
Just
tail,
don't think
but
dirty
you can't
for
hold
once.
your friend's tail.
All right. So anyway,
Oh.
so
My
Samuel,
connection's not working.
so Samuel, he sits and he says, Marcus, how did you get to be like you are? Are you a person or are you a dog?
I wake up looking at him.
I'm
Well,
sorry. Did I say that out loud?
Oh, you kind of did. Kind of startled me there for a second.
I'm sorry. Didn't mean to wake you up. You're probably pretty tired.
No, you're all good. Well,
Well,
to answer your question, yeah, I was born this way. I
so
have 2
you,
feet, like you. Or I guess 2 paws, raising up my paws, and I
but
walk on them.
so I but you look like a dog. How did you get that way?
Magic.
I shrug. I don't know. I was born this way. But
All right, let's discuss with Lady Gaga, please.
but then again, I could probably say the same thing for you. You're
What? What do you mean?
you're born special the way you are.
But I'm a person. Everybody's born a person, except you guys. You're people, but you're not people.
So how am I not a person? I'm talking to you, am I?
Well, yeah, you are. But people have skin. You don't. You have fur, like a dog.
Do people have hair on their legs and on their arms?
Well, yeah.
So I guess that would be the same.
So he scratches his head and kind of sits back against the wall. I don't understand, but I still think you're pretty cool.
Oh, thanks.
So so are there other people like you and like the others, or are you just the only ones?
No, there's other people like me. I kind of hesitate. Well, there's other places that have other people like me.
And are we gonna go find them? Are you looking for them?
Of course. I rub his head. We can find them together.
Oh, you're gonna take me with you?
If you want, you can come along, but
Oh,
I
can
prefer
can
that you be safe.
I can be safe. Well I'll s- well um oh okay, yeah, I can be safe. If I can have a sword and a bow like you, then I can be safe too, right?
Well, I sit back on my bed. Gonna take you a little while to master that. Probably gonna teach you how to wrestle too.
But 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 you can do that whoosh thing with your hands and you freeze things. I don't know how you do that. That's like really cool.
I look at him, and then look back down. Yeah, cool. I I think I wanna go back to bed.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'm sorry. Okay. Did I say something bad?
No, you didn't. It's You're fine, Samuel. You're perfect just the way you are. I say, go back to bed.
So
Tomorrow's
he's
gonna be a big day in the city.
well, it is morning after all, so
Well,
yeah.
it's gonna be a big day in the city.
Yeah,
So okay, I got an idea. I got an idea, and he just runs out the door.
Okay.
Look at this little puppy.
All right.
Are you gonna go after him?
Well,
Yeah, Barkus isn't.
I-
He's not on roll 20 right now.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, I guess I'm gonna have to go run after him. But I can't control anything because my internet's not working.
Okay. So are you
character
gonna
move
jump
you.
out of bed and go after him?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, You come out of your room, and just as you see him bounding down the stairs in excitement, you follow him down the stairs, and you see him talking excitedly with Grug, who is at the bottom of the stairs in the back room, and you can hear him saying, "Oh, they're waking up upstairs. Do we have breakfast?" And then Grug says, "Okay, little man, you want food? They want food too?" Yeah. Everybody's hungry. Yeah, I talked to them all. Everybody's hungry. They all want their breakfast. Okay, we get food.
Aww.
And then so Samuel, after another moment, comes bounding back up the stairs, and he stands in the center of the second floor there, and he announced loudly to everyone who can hear, "Okay, breakfast. We're gonna have breakfast. Everybody get up."
I roll back over and groan.
So you guys can choose if you want to heed what Samuel's saying, but he's pretty excited, and he's pretty proud of himself. He went to breakfast for everybody.
I simply just stand there leaning up against the doorway. Laughing.
Okay, so you're just standing by at your room, leaning against the doorway, and just saying, "Oh boy."
Yeah. People are not gonna be too happy about that, but I say that to myself.
Yeah, there's something to be said about propriety, but children just don't get it.
Yeah.
And Sheik actually looks rather bleary-eyed, and he opens up his door and then sees Samuel all bright and bushy in the morning, and then he turns around and closes his door and goes back into his room.
That isn't me.
No, that's Sheik.
It's not loading.
That's
Father
me when my
Kearns-
alarm goes off. I'm like, no.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Father Kearns he emerges quietly from his room, and he pats Samuel on the shoulder and he says, "Come, young man, let's see what you've accomplished."
The
Right.
victory that is breakfast.
So, following in a makeshift parade led by Samuel, Father Kearns, Brother Thomas, and Brian Leary follow him downstairs to the main tavern room. Sheik and Jacob end up staying in their room, either completely oblivious or not wanting to participate.
Yeah, what about Lila?
She follows you. She stays pretty close.
Well, she's not moving.
No.
Ah.
Mm.
All right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to yell at you, Tarek.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good.
So,
Sometimes I do that on accident to people, and they're like, calm down. And I'm like, I'm sorry.
do you guys know that reference?
Oh, of course. That's the Dark Crystal. That's Chamberlain.
My aunt
Yeah.
actually really hates that noise. So if you go up behind her and you make that noise, she will literally smack you.
Oh my gosh. Ugh.
Like, she hates it.
My family practically loves those movies.
Well, she
That's
just hates
all-
those creatures.
Well, the
She hates
Skeksis,
the creatures. Oh, the
They're-
Skeksis.
they're specifically
hates-
made to be creepy and scary.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she hates it. Like seriously, if you make that noise, she will literally punch you.
Okay, moving on.
Okay. So we've got Loose Fang, Mira, Marcus, Renji, Sheik stayed upstairs, and Renji doesn't want to have anything to do with breakfast, so he went outside.
Yep.
Or did you want to come back in, Renji?
No.
Oh, so you're... All right.
That's just supposed to position. Just, Something personal was started in my mind.
Okay.
Why is this not loading?
I don't know.
It doesn't like you.
I can explain what's happening, Marcus, and you can tell me what you want to do, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's kind of I guess what's gonna happen for a little while until this loads.
Very well. Let me.
I keep telling my family members get better internet.
At least just upgrade at least one notch. That would make a difference.
Yeah.
All right.
I mean,
So
like, we're stuck with CenturyLink, the worst internet connection ever.
Ew.
Yep.
Yeah, we have direct TVs. They're pretty good.
So, yeah. It's expensive, but pretty good.
Yeah. Well, we switched from AT&T's internet to direct
And
TV.
moving
We got
on.
satellite.
all right. So let me get these guys in here, and there they are. Okay. So you sit at various tables in the main room. Nothing left over from the previous night except Justin, who is asleep on a stool in the corner of the room, wrapped up in his cloak and looking rather comfortable.
Oh. Has he been there all night?
Apparently he has. He doesn't seem too bothered by it, though.
Oh.
Oh, Luca's
Bless
sitting
him.
there?
No, Justin, the bard.
Oh, Justin. Oh, okay.
Loose Fang should do some performances with him.
Does
We should.
Loosefang know how to perform?
Nope.
He can do stand up.
I suppose he could.
Wouldn't it just be a simple perform skill check?
Yeah, well, if he's got points in the perform skill, then yes.
Okay.
I mean, he's good at stand up.
Now I can control my character.
Oh, Marcus!
also good at-
Oh, Marcus is
There we
in.
go.
Fantastic, fantastic.
Thank you for finally loading.
That was fair.
Okay, it's morning, sun shining.
Mm-hmm.
You guys, you get food. Yep.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay. Have milk. Have gruel. Porridge.
No, thank you on milk.
No milk.
Thank you.
I'll have water. I'll have water.
It's
Water.
cow milk. One moment.
Okay.
My wife needs to talk to me. Just a second.
Hi, Derek's wife.
Hi.
I'm just being a weirdo.
Maybe I'll cross class. Or
Can you not?
Yeah,
Sorry.
please don't.
It was
Alright.
echoing.
Yeah, well, like, mouth sounds bother me. I don't know why.
Myra, you can fix that.
Mm.
I'm not saying anything. What?
Hey, you have Windows?
It's not coming from me.
That's Myra.
It's coming from Miro.
What
Yeah.
is?
The echo,
Yeah,
it's coming from you.
You can fix it, you know that?
Okay, how?
Put in
Go to
headphones.
sound.
Huh?
Headphones.
Sound.
Any open mic will capture an open speaker sounds and make an echo.
Okay. So I should just put in headphones then.
Yep.
Okay. Give me 1 second to go find them.
I have wireless headphones.
You can also turn on self-listening and turn it off. That's a bug. It's a known bug in Windows.
I have wireless headphones. I'll send them down the internet tubes.
Send them down the line.
Yep. As Derek would say.
Yeah.
You're going on a bio break, Felica?
No, I'm just don't care to swap it over to the intermission page on
Oh.
Twitch. And that echo is downright annoying at this point.
Yeah. Myra, you can fix it with like turn self-listening
Or-
on and off. On, again,
Yeah,
and
put
turn
yourself
off.
on push to talk if you're not going to put in headphones.
I'm working on it. Give me a second.
Fixed?
Yeah. Yes.
It's better.
Okay.
Alright.
Yeah, just don't yell at me, okay? Just ask.
Sorry.
We're not yelling.
Apologies.
There's a difference between yelling and like.
Well, you guys were like raising your voices at me and I didn't appreciate it, okay?
All right.
Yeah, well, I said I was working on fixing it, and you guys were like, and I'm just like, I'm working on it. Give me a moment. Sorry, I had to go dig my headphones up out of my room.
All right, guys, forgive me for that. I'm sorry.
You're all good.
Okay. All right. So Grug is he's trying to tell you that it is cow's milk and it's fresh.
I'll take
Okay.
water.
Same.
Okay. Well, it's good for you. Oh, wait. Justin tell you it's not cow milk, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I get his joke.
Okay.
Is cow milk. You trust.
Okay.
Okay.
You know how to drink. I drink.
Okay. You can drink it.
Oh, thank you. And so he takes one of the mugs and he literally sloshes it back and chugs it and drips milk down his chin. See, that good milk, me drink.
That is a healthy appetite for calcium.
So meanwhile, he places a steaming bowl of porridge in front of everyone, and he has a bowl of honey that he puts on the table as well. That you can add it to your porridge or not. And he says, "Okay, you eat. Be strong.
Thank you.
Welcome."
I think you're having way too much fun with him.
Well, I just as a side note, I'm having fun with Grug, the
Yeah,
tabby.
we noticed.
We noticed.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
However, so as you sit down and eat your breakfast this morning, um, the opportunity comes up to discuss what you plan to do in the city, what you plan to accomplish, and what to do, if anything, about the rumors that you heard the previous evening.
Okay.
Do we
I
know
think-
if there's any board with like boards or what?
I
I'm
think
sorry,
first
say that
order
again,
of
Loose Fang?
business-
Just wondering if there's like a board shows rewards for anything.
Not in here. You'd probably have to go more toward the center of town if you wanted to find something like that.
You
Or
mean-
the
mean
prison
the-
complex is just across the bridge. Maybe there's something over there as well.
He means in guild. Question guild, he means, right?
No, I think he's talking about like wanted posters or
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what I mean.
yeah.
It's like similar.
Okay, so let's see. Do you guys know what passive perception is?
Nope.
Yeah.
If you go to your character sheet and you look at your spot and listen skills. All right, if you just take your bare spot and listen skills and add 10 to them, then those become your passive spot and passive listen skills. And so if you're not actively looking for something or listening for something, that is the chance that you have of noticing something out of the ordinary.
So it's
15?
like how many?
I'm sorry, say
So-
that again?
Oh, just both of mine are 16.
So you've got a 6 in both of them?
I've
So
got
your passive would be 16. All right.
Yes.
So then, as I pull out my handy dandy dice roll,
I have 8.
you have 8 perception, eight spot, or 8 listen.
8 for both listen and spot.
Okay.
I have a 10.
Whoa.
Well, that's after adding 10. I actually have 0 ranks in both.
Ah. Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
same here.
You probably want to have some ranks, guys.
Yeah, I mean it's got me through so far.
But yes, passive perception allows you to detect things that are out of the ordinary. You can always say, "Hey, I'm gonna try and listen for that." You can always say, "Hey, I'm gonna actively look for something." But if you're not actually looking for something, those are the numbers that I rolled.
Okay.
Mm.
So you put like a temporary modifier of like 10 for both, or
But yeah, what you do is you just take your base listen and spot scores, add 10 to them, and then I have in my secret number system here, I have something that you can notice if there is something you can notice, and I have a difficulty of actually noticing that. If your passive spot or listen is above that score, then you will notice it without even looking for it. You see how that works?
I get what you mean.
I see. Yeah.
I
Okay.
get what you mean.
Oh wait, I have 2 ranks in listen, so I have a 12.
I've got a
Hey,
15.
that's even better. Still
Yeah,
not
Yeah,
very
and
good.
then
Still not
for
very good.
spot I have a 0, but you know.
Yeah. Yep. All right. So someone said they had an 18 in spot.
Or sorry. No, so I have a +4 in spot and a +4 in listen.
So each of those, your passive spot and listen would be 14 each.
Heh, 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 heh.
Okay.
You want to know what Squeaks' listen net passive is? It's a 24.
Wait, squeaks his passive listen because he goes echolocation.
Well,
Yeah.
it's 10 plus the skill, right? So
Yes.
it's 24 because he's got a 14 in listen and a 10 in spot.
Wow, that's yeah. He'll notice things. He'll
Okay.
hear things. Yes, I see it, Renji. I see it.
You want to know his move silently? His move silently is a
What?
17 naturally. He's more
I
cheeky
Connection's
chic than
being
chic is.
miserable. Why?
That's good.
Your connection to the server has been interrupted.
So Marcus, are you're just having problems?
They're just having problems connecting. Oh, that's weird. Listen check. There's my listen check. I thought we were doing listen and spot checks.
Yeah. Well, basically, okay. So someone said they had 16 passive spot. Who was that?
That's Sir Squeaks. He has a 10 spot and a 17 listen.
All right, but there were others.
Lose back.
Oh, Loose Fang, you've got a 16 passive.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So, Loose Fang, I am going to private message you on this one.
Okay, so added 6 to my spot.
Okay.
Why? Wait a second.
I am trying to get. There we go.
Hey,
Hey,
music.
we do have soundtrack. How nice. Okay, so you guys can discuss what your plans are for the day and what you guys want to check out.
I think first order of business is we need to go get that boats thing sorted so somebody doesn't try and like take the boat.
That will require finding the dockmaster and paying a berthing fee.
Yeah, let's do that so they don't try and like commandeer our boat and take it.
I'd like to see them try.
And then let's go find Faluco a cape because a cloak because he needs one.
Yeah, well, walking around town clad in troll bones is probably not a good idea.
Yeah, I need to find him a cloak.
There you go.
Alright, sorry.
That's
So
cool,
I should
Marcus.
have better connection. I should have better connection. No. Using my my brother's hotspot.
Ah,
Okay.
so okay. So you can get a group together. Which of you has money? Because you don't know how much is going to birthing fee. Okay. So Loose Fang, you're going to go and sit by Justin over there.
Yes.
All right.
I lean over to him and say, if you're going to our conversation, you might as well share in our.
You might as well what?
If you're going to share in our conversation, you should share our breakfast too.
He smiles slightly and then kind of turns over to you and he says, well, good morning to you as well.
Oh.
I must be getting rusty.
Ha.
What are your plans for today after all?
Well, sounds of it. I think we're going to first figure out our boat. We didn't really find the dock, the head of the dock yesterday or last night, so.
Oh, the dock masters, they're not going to be out at night. You're just going to find the guard. You'll find them here. They'll be out on walking the docks in the morning. But let me tell you, there are two dock masters. If you find Master William, just tell him good morning and keep right on going. You're looking for Master Elrondas.
Master Elrondas.
Yes, he's a half elf.
Oh. Sounds
Okay.
Spanish.
Elrondas.
It must be.
Elrondas.
I speak Elvish.
Oh.
Well,
Elrondas.
he's a half elf.
Now, how come
Okay.
we're looking for him?
Well, Master William, he will. He doesn't have any liking for the raised,
Ah,
and so he'll probably try and charge you an exorbitant birthing fee. Master Elrondas, he'll be fair with you, so
He'll be
you better
reasonable.
go
Okay.
look for him first.
Is Elrondas the reason why he's fair is because he's an elf?
He's a half elf. I don't know.
Half-elf.
I don't know if that has anything to do with it, but he's got more love for the raised than the Master William.
thanks for the heads up.
Sure thing. He'll charge you a fair price. What kind of ship did you come in on?
We came in on a catamaran.
Wait, you came all the way up the shipping channel on a cat?
Catamaran.
That's what I said, a cat.
Meow.
Somewhat. We
Just say yes.
It was sort of a two-step. Well, I made it into about a whole vault, but yes, we got it into. We have cat ordered.
Yeah, I know what a catamaran is. I've sailed before.
Okay.
So one moment, I'm. There we go. Okay, that's pretty good.
Just, I have a question.
You have to what?
I have a question.
Oh yeah.
Who trains you in the entertainment, or are you self?
Well, a lot of what I've learned, I'm self-taught. I've had several masters. One who trained me in voice, and one who trained me on the lute. And I can do a little dance as well, although I try to avoid that when I can. Probably people that you haven't heard of, nobody famous. I've surpassed them by now. I can train you if you like.
Really?
Oh, I've had several students over the years. I've been at this for a while.
Look.
So, have you had any training yourself?
Oh, nothing professional. I just tell a bit of funny banter here and
He's a stand-up comedian.
oh, don't go giving it a wrong impression. I'm the special.
So you've been on the stage before, is that right?
I have in the but it didn't go so well, and so I bowed out. To
So have you heard of Master Thaylos? The famed lute player. He's the one who trained me.
The name rings a bell.
Or you weren't a musician, you were a performer, weren't you?
No, I didn't. I don't instrument. I mean, I guess you say I can play the drums. Drums are people's hey.
So you wouldn't know Master Tholius, the lute player.
No, you
Oh,
wouldn't happen to have heard of a singer violin player, have you?
you're referring to Sir Yorman.
Yeah.
Ah, that pompous windbag. You met him?
Of sorts. I see we have a similar opinion.
Oh, I'm not denying his talent. He's very accomplished. He knows what he's doing, but man, he makes sure everyone else knows just as good.
He certainly thinks he does, that's for sure.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. He's got the talent. But don't you go trying out for his orchestra.
Oh, trust me, I don't think I would make it.
All right.
The impression he
Well, if you're in stage acting, I'm probably not the one to teach you. You're gonna have to find the acting troops out west.
Oh, there's some out west of here.
Oh yeah, out by the mountain range. There's a string of acting troops, and there's actually the Bard's College out there, just south of Miriam's Tower. Have you ever been out there?
I've never been to the guilds or school.
Yeah.
Though it sounds
Oh,
I could show you where it's at on the map if you like.
I would appreciate it if it to make for an interesting long. And I
All
pull
right.
out I get our map to him.
Out to the west, nestled in the crook of the mountains, you'll find the Bard's College. Just south of Marion's Tower. Let me see if I can find the right icon for it.
oh. I was thinking it was gonna be all the way over here, like on the west coast.
Yeah, can be sad. That's not smart.
Well,
Okay, just a second. Let me get it in there. Well, that didn't come out very well. Some of these icons just really aren't very good.
Noticed.
I'm thinking today I'm gonna want to get some new armor.
That may be a good idea.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go.
I'm thinking Arby's.
We
Arby's?
have the meat.
Whatever happened to those commercials? I'm thinking Arby's.
I like the new ones. We have the meat for sandwiches.
Oh yeah. Those are really, really good. I love Arby's.
Arby's
I know
is
some
pretty
people
good.
Yeah, I know some people hate Arby's, but my
I think it's
family loves
okay.
it. Yeah.
I simply never had Arby's. So, yeah.
So essentially, due west of Port Sheridan, as you get into you're going to find the Bard's College. Master Tholius teaches there, and
Folius.
Sir Yorman has been known to visit there on occasion, but he's not part of the faculty.
That was my next question. Bit worried who I might into.
Yeah, there are numerous acting there that are based out of the college. So if you want to go and find out what it's about, I recommend you head over that way.
I don't suppose dropping your name would that get me any favors, or should I avoid that? Kind of say,
Well, certainly if you ask Master Tholius and you mention name, he'll give you a favor or two. Just don't make it really public that you know me around the college.
oh no, I don't plan to do that. I just didn't want to actually drop your name and get kicked out. Didn't know if you were going to be a hooligan.
Oh, they wouldn't kick you out, but they probably wouldn't look very favorably on you.
Hmm.
The
Sounds like Newt Scamander.
the college and I we've got a bit of a history, so I try not to act there for the time being.
Like history. Well, thank
All right.
you for this.
Well, I hope. Well, but you don't look like the bard. You look like looks like you're a fighter of sorts.
No, yeah, like I said, I dabbled in the entertaining field, but didn't do so well, and so I thought maybe I should my body, and so I joined a mon.
Oh, you went off and became a monk, huh?
Yeah,
That's
Granted.
rather different from being a bard. Interesting that it drove you to that.
well,
Couldn't have been that bad, could it?
let's just say some people thought it would be best if I took a vow of silence.
I see.
Is it because you're a smart aleck?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, shame. Oh god, lol.
Sorry, Loosepeg, that's really clever.
Yeah. That's clever.
I like that, that's good.
I mean, we were all thinking that. Is it because you're a smart aleck?
All right, so you guys can go off and you can send a couple of people to look for the dockmaster, or you can go all at once if you like.
Let's stick together. Safety in numbers.
I was thinking.
Alright, so what do we want to do first?
There
Well, let's
are
go take care of the ship. I think as soon as that's taken, we won't have to worry about it. And we
True. I think
Mhm.
after that, though, we're gonna need to maybe grab that cloak so Boluco can, or maybe it'd be better off we grab the cloak first, so that way Boluco can move around town freely with us, and
if we grab a blanket from the bed.
I don't think Greg would appreciate it if we stole the bedding.
We could
No.
pay him for it.
we could get a cloak for him in town, and then go pick him up over at the docks, pay the berthing fee, and then after that, go maybe find like some armor or something, so we can improve our capabilities in fighting before we try and solve some of these mysteries.
That's me.
all right. I'm trying to get some icons again. Hold on for.
Okay.
All right. So you guys are going to go out to the docks. Let me move over to that spot. Oh, hush.
Oh, hush.
Yeah, my interface is not very happy with me right now.
It's
I can-
okay.
I can get the feeling.
Okay. All right, and I'm almost there. All right. Let's move you guys outside of the inn.
Woohoo!
Wat?
All right. So are we on? Okay. Okay. So you emerge from the inn in the morning. Foluco, you just spent the night over by the boat, did you not?
Yes, sir.
And Sir Squeaks, where's Sir Squeaks?
He is.
Oh, yeah, he was exploring around town, wasn't he?
Yep, he's right there.
I don't see him. Oh, I see him. All right. So I'm going to send a message to you, Foluco. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to do it on Discord because I don't want it to come out on the stream.
Exactly.
Smart.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah, you should tell me out loud when my mic is cracking. You should let me know.
Okay.
Okay. Patrolling the docks is a very large man, very large human, walking back and forth, inspecting the ships. And as the ships come and go, he is talking to different sailors and the captains of different ships. And he clearly has some authority around the docks.
Mm.
I'm gonna do something real quick.
Okay, what are you gonna do?
I put my mask and my cloak on, and I covered my ears.
So, okay. Okay, so Loose Fang, did you tell the rest of the party about what Justin told you?
Which
About about Dockmaster Williams?
so I didn't think we were really being too quiet.
Oh, you were just having your own private conversation over there.
Well, then,
I don't know
yes,
I don't know if any of the rest of the party was specifically trying to listen in.
I wasn't.
Okay. Then yes, I will relay that we're looking for Elrodas
Yep.
and why we are specific.
Okay. So he informs you that one of the dockmasters is not very keen on the races, and so you probably should avoid him if you can.
Sounds good.
So meanwhile, Foluco, you are approached by a rather large-looking human who finds you sitting on the beach next to a boat.
Which I am drawing.
You're drawing.
I'm drawing the boat.
Oh. Wait. Oh, you're putting. I get you. I don't. Yeah. Okay. I'll let you draw the boat then.
There we go.
Your artwork. Yay!
Two sweet potatoes.
I'm
Two
I'm
sweet
There's a dumbbell.
potatoes.
I'm just
Yeah.
gonna draw a little like plank as well.
Okay. So they're two sweet potatoes, and they're both impaled on a pen.
Yes.
Yeah.
The
Okay,
SS
don't
sweet.
pen, pineapple, apple, pen.
Oh
Please,
gosh.
no.
No. All right. So the dockmaster walks up to you, Fuluko, and he looks you over, and you can see that he has a sneer on his lips. Although he does keep his distance when he notices your attire, and he calls out to you and he says, "Oi! Is that their boat? Is it registered?
It will be.
When did you dock?
Last night after hours.
Right? Okay. Double hull, 2 sails. How many rudders?
2.
2 rudders. Okay. 150 gold.
Come on. How about 125?
Cast off, mate.
140.
150 gold.
How about no?
You're not there.
I know.
He is keeping his distance. I mean, he doesn't seem to be too keen on enforcing his
Scare him
his
off then.
request. However,
Intimidation check.
however, he doesn't seem to be budging on the amount. Loosefang, are you coming up behind the guy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, he doesn't seem to notice you because he's rather focused on Foluko at this point.
That is what I guess. Once I get behind him, I say, "Good morning, sir."
I'm gonna hang on,
No worries.
trying to spin him around. There we go. He whirls around, rather surprised that you were able to come up behind him, and he takes a step back. And you come in on this same boat?
What was that, sir? What about the boat?
This boat right here.
Ah, yes, you must be the dock man.
Yeah, Mr. Bones doesn't want to pay me. Is that your friend?
We don't have any crew named Mr. Bones.
Mr. Bones, right there.
Oh, that his name is Fualuka.
He looked like Mr. Bones to me.
And you look like Dr. William to me. Is that correct?
Dock Master. I'll thank you very
Dock
much to call me
Master.
Dock Master.
Dog
I
master.
did.
Oh, I thought you said doctor.
No, Dock Master. Sorry.
If anyone's a doctor, it's me.
Indeed. So you are with Mr. Bones.
I notice you seem to have a bit of trouble hearing. I'll speak louder and slower if it helps.
Ha.
Oh!
Look, if you want to dock your boat here, it's 150 gold.
Hmm.
And Dock Master Elrondis, so that he might collect this money. I was told to speak with.
He's got just as much authority as I do. He'll
Oh, I
tell
know
you the
about
same.
that.
All right, then bring him over.
Well,
Excellent, 'cause
let's have him come over then.
A bit hard of hearing, so maybe if I hear it from 2 sources, it'll stick.
He's on the other end of the docks. You'll not see him today.
Hmm.
Oh, is that right, Master Williams? And he spins around and actually he's taken aback for the second time in less than 5 minutes.
You
Well,
know,
look at that. If I'm not the luckiest of a dog ever.
Master Elrondus, no need for you here. I'm taking care of it. Oh, are you now, Master Williams?
I pipe up and I say, this fine young gentleman of a dockmaster wanted to charge us 75 gold to dock. Is that the right price, sir?
Oh, that sounds pretty reasonable.
All right. I cough up 35 and, I nudge over to Loose Fang.
Oh yeah. I pop.
And then Dockmaster Williams, he comes forward and actually comes up to you this time, and he says, "You'll not make a fool out of me, Mr. Bones."
Sir Squeak snaps at him.
Luca, you don't need to do this man's work for him. He can do it just fine himself.
I'm telling you, sir, I'm charging you a fair price. You've got 2 rudders, 2 sails, 2 hulls, and probably 2 keels as well. It all adds up. 150 gold. And then Elrondus comes up behind him. Oh, Williams, will you give these people a break? There's no room at the docks. They had to come clear into the beach. They have a low ride in the water. They're one of the few crafts that can actually come up to the beach. Will you give them a break? And then Dockmaster Williams goes a little red in the face, and he just kind of turns and storms off.
Have a nice day, sir.
So he takes up his patrol on the eastern side docks.
I step forward
And you lose sight of him.
I step forward momentarily and hand Dockmaster what's his face 10 gold. Thanks for the help.
You've got to be careful. Dockmaster Williams, he does his work pretty well, but we don't get much of the raised around here, and he doesn't like them to come in on the docks. So he tries to intimidate them by charging them too much.
Well, it's a good thing we docked at the beach then.
Well, and not for nothing, but he is by far not the most intimidating thing we've had to deal with.
He looks you up and down, and he looks Feluco up and down, and then he looks over at Sir Squeaks. The 3 of you together.
Oh,
The 3 of you.
There's far
Yes,
more than us.
We have a few others. They're making their way here.
I don't doubt that you've seen your share. And then he casts a glance over to Feluco, and then he says, "I won't ask where you got that outfit.
Oh,
And
you
I'll
know.
tell you,
I recommend you don't take it into town. You're probably not going to get very good reception."
Yeah, I'm the life of the party here, don't you know?
Very funny. Don't push your luck. I was
Alright.
able to get Dockmaster Williams off your back. You won't be able to get the officers off of you either. And dressed like that, I'm sure you'll run into Duncan.
Who's Duncan?
You don't know who Duncan is.
No, sir.
Why-
I'm a foreigner.
So he actually leans over to you. He approaches you, and he leans over to you, and he says, "You'd better watch out for Duncan. He's a self-proclaimed holy warrior in this city, and we haven't been able to stop him. If he even thinks you're a criminal, he'll be on your tail." And
Now,
it
that
looks
wouldn't
like
have to be that
it looks like
vigilant.
looks like in your case that's going to be the literal truth.
I'd love to see him try to grab my tail.
Now, this wouldn't have to be that vigilante we heard talk.
Oh, so you have heard of Duncan?
Only rumors thus far.
Oh,
And we
what
didn't
did you hear?
Just about a run of criminals being turned over to the police. Much say, and not really knowing how they got.
Yeah, you've probably heard right.
Speaking of rumors, do you know where I can find the cobbler in town?
Oh, there are several in town. One is going to be in the central square, and one you'll find it a couple of blocks north of the prison block over there. Meanwhile, some of the others are joining you at the docks.
Did you mark that on the map?
Let me mark that for you. Do.
Well, thank you, sir, for your help.
Is there any way you can take off the bones or cover that up?
My compadres are working on it.
We're working on getting cloak. I was gonna bring the bed sheet.
Gonna bring the bed sheets? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
You guys, you stayed at the tavern last night.
Yes, the salty dog.
Ah, the salty dolphin. Yes, indeed. Okay, if you guys look, that's where he's pointed out one of the cobblers. The other one is in the central square. And I'll reveal that as well.
Do you have a recommendation either way?
Well, it depends on how good you wanted to get. If you can wait for 2 weeks and you can get some of the best boots you ever wanted, go to the one in the central square. If you're in a hurry, don't go downtown. They'll take way too long. If you want an overnight job, head over to Rusty's.
You are just a fountain help.
Hey, do you happen to know which of the two cobblers gets around town the most?
Well, what do you mean by that?
I don't know. Long walks at night, maybe?
I don't think so.
Alright.
Oh, wait. Ah! I gotta change the font size on that.
Whoopsie.
Yep, there we go. And there we go. So let me reveal that. And we have Rusty's Cobbler. There we go. All right, and I'm sorry, what were you guys saying?
Nah, you were good.
What?
All right. So you were asking for someone for if one of them gets around town during the night.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't be able to tell you that, sir.
Alright.
I'm a dock master. I stay down here at the beaches for most of the time, and my house is only a couple of blocks in town.
Well, since we have you, we're trying to track down a ghost ship coming from Port Sheridan. Know of any?
A ghost ship? You think a ghost ship would dock here
That's where
at the major port?
That's where we saw it come.
You
saw it heading this way.
You saw a ghost ship?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kind of big. Giant sails, 3
You're
masts.
sure you're not porting whiskey or ale in that little boat of yours?
Nope.
You can go search it if you want. There's nothing in there.
Oh, we will search it, all right. That's part of the berthing fee. Is the searching fee. We need to make sure that you're not porting anything illegal into the port. You know, standard procedure.
Now, I do have a question. Another rumor that I heard are slaves.
Slaves. Someone said that they were porting slaves into the city.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's what we heard. We heard a rumor of that.
Again, just a rumor. We're not accusing any.
Slaving is illegal in this area. If you want slavers, go out into the western desert beyond the mountains.
We don't.
The Karn tribes out there, they keep their slaves, but they don't trade through Port Sheridan.
Huh. And seeing as they're desert people, I don't imagine they're far too good at sailing.
Most likely not. I don't think they get out on the water much.
Hmm. Okay.
So you'll not find any slaves here. At least I'm not aware of any slaves that came in.
I'm actually a bit afraid to mention what I was thinking of, because it's kind of a little bit inappropriate.
I think we should just let him be.
Alright.
Well, he does have some knowledge, but you know, he's not going to be able to tell you everything you want to know.
Mm-hmm.
Well, thank you kindly for all your help.
Much obliged. Just stay out of Dockmaster Williams' way. I don't think you've ended up on his good side.
No, I don't think we have, but you've definitely may you be lucky enough gold to fill your needs.
You broke up there for a second.
I'm just saying, I hope he finds enough gold today to fill his need.
Oh, that's mighty kindly of you, sir. All right. So, Dockmaster Elrondis continues down the docks making his rounds. And you are 75 gold pieces out for the berthing fee.
Let me minus. How much did you pay him, Fualuka?
So Foluco said he pulled out 35.
Oh.
I think y'all should be like going to our like character sheets to change that.
Yes.
Change the amount of gold we have.
So Foluco, did you hear that?
Yes.
That didn't sound like Foluco.
That was Renji.
Oh, yeah. Okay, so Marcus, you're going to actually go to the try and find a cloak.
Well, I was just quickly looking around the market as we were going over to the docks.
Yeah, actually this is not a market area. These are these houses down in these buildings in this area are dock warehouses.
Okay.
So you can find trade goods here, but they won't be for sale. You need to go further into town to find markets.
Okay. Alright. Look at Mira, do you want to go look at different kinds of cloaks and armor? Do some shopping?
Mira, are you muted?
Does sound like it.
Oh, okay. I see what's going on. Fuluko, he's taking a bio break.
Okay, makes sense.
I was talking to Mira.
Yeah.
Mira, I see your light flashing, but I'm not hearing anything. You still there, Mira?
Yeah, sorry about that. I had to grab my charger. So what? Give me a quick recap.
Okay.
Oh,
Essentially, Dockmaster Elrondis came up and turned Dockmaster Williams on his head. Foluco called out the price of 75 gold, which is not anything what Dockmaster Williams had quoted him. And Elrondis had said, yeah, that sounds about right. And Williams got in Foluco's face saying, don't make a fool out of me. And then Elrondis kind of talked him down, and Williams went off in a huff. So now they were asking where some cobblers are. And I pointed out a couple of places on the map. And then they were talking about the ghost ship, and Elrondis doesn't seem to know anything about that or slaves. So you've pretty much decided you're going to try and find a clothes shop or an armory at this point.
Okay.
so that's why I was asking if you'd want to go shopping around town to try and find that, because you said that you were going to find a cloak for Fuluko.
Yeah, let's start looking for that.
Alright. Wanted to come along, Samuel?
Yeah, I want to see the city. This place is so big.
I also join.
Alright.
Or over here and also join.
Okay, so where are you guys gonna head?
Wherever the shops are, I don't know where they're at.
Okay, so he mentions that the shop, there is a kind of a flea market area, and that is located here, over by Rusty's Cobbler.
Okay.
This is that is a flea market
Where?
area right there.
Okay.
All right. So you can find various shops there, but if you want to find the more well-established market area, you're going to have to go over to the town square, which is where he pointed out the other cobbler was. That's actually where the town square was.
Okay.
What's better?
Let's try the flea market first, just because it'll be cheaper.
Right.
I follow him.
And then, did we ask about the armory or the blacksmiths?
I'm back. What I missed
Nope.
out on?
He walked off before you were able to get that out of him.
Alright.
So, Foluco, what you missed, they were asking how much money you paid for the birthing fee, because Loosefang he said he wanted to take up the rest.
I paid 35 and Loosefang paid 35.
Well, the birthing fee was 75.
Yeah.
I ended up just paying 40.
All right, go ahead and mark that on your character sheets.
I did.
Yeah, I did.
Okay.
And the 10 gold tip that I gave the guy.
Yeah. Extra 10, just thanks.
Okay, so, Marcus, I am going to give you control, Samuel.
Alright.
What about me? Do I get control of Leela?
Yes, I'm giving you control of Layla.
Yay!
So you can take the two of them as you move.
Okay.
So Leela's going to follow you, Mira, or if you ask her to go places, she will be able to go places. I don't recommend you send her off on her in the middle of a big city, though.
Yeah, I wasn't planning on it, but let's go look at the flea market, see what there is.
All right. So you can head down this road here and then turn up this way. And that should take you over in the direction of the flea market.
Alright.
There we go. So what about the rest of you? Father Kearns and Brother Thomas, Brian and Jacob have decided to stay at the tavern or with the boat. So let me go ahead and take care of those guys. Okay. So Sheik is also going to follow you guys, and let me reveal that area here. As you turn up this road, you are surprised to see, standing in the middle of the road, is that same horse that you saw the night before.
Oh. That's a smart horse.
It's Roach.
As Roach? What?
It's a Witcher 3 joke.
Okay. As with the night before, he is no ordinary horse. He stands 7 foot tall at the shoulder. And he is entirely covered in plate barding. He is clearly a war horse of sorts. And why he is wandering around town without a rider seems strange to you. In addition, as you noticed the night before, he has no saddle.
Maybe he was polymorphed. You should kiss him.
No.
You want to kiss a horse?
I would rather not. I have been kissed by a horse. It is not pleasant.
Well,
Alright.
I've actually kissed a horse on the forehead. They're beautiful creatures, but that's a different story.
I've been licked in the face by a horse.
Oh, that gets pretty slobbery.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And by many dogs.
Well,
So
I
he
got a
actually,
20.
the horse Oh, so you're going to do a handle animal check, Marcus.
I
You're gonna
tried,
and-
but I don't.
you're gonna
I don't.
try
I
and-
don't have.
So what are you going to try and do with this horse?
Ask it to move.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna do.
So you're going to walk up to him and politely ask him to back off, so you can get through.
Just ask him to move, like, so we can go to the flea market. That's all.
So his ears perk up at that, and he looks over at you, and then he turns his head down the street to the west, and then backs away so that you can go around the corner.
Thank you.
Oh. Thank you, horse.
He nods his head and then goes back to walking the streets.
I pull out a small apple from my bag and give it to him.
His eyes grow wide, and he actually comes and sniffs at the apple.
Aw,
Go ahead, it's
like,
real.
It's like Arturo from The Road to El Dorado.
Yeah!
Oh, I love that movie. Yeah, I give him the apple, and then I say thank you.
Is that how you say his name? Arturo?
I don't know.
I can't remember how you say it.
So he takes the apple from your outstretched paw and then turns and leaves and walks down the road to the north.
Okay.
All right. Have a fun day, horse. Or like even Maximus from he's like Maximus from Tangled. That's
Yeah,
my
I got
smart
it.
horse.
Okay. So as you continue down the road, you see the square open up to a somewhat disjointed but loosely organized circle of tents and small lean-to buildings, and a tumultuous noise of shop owners hawking their wares. You can have
Okay.
there are various pungent smells, spices, and different cooking meats and foods. You can see clothing, and you can see various trinkets and toys being hung from poles and tent strings. You can see that there are plenty of things to purchase here, of questionable value.
Okay. Well, I start looking around for a tent that's mostly full of different clothes.
All right, there are
Is she coming
several.
along?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I've got to bring Sheik along.
Mhm.
Sheik actually,
Yeah.
as he approaches the flea market, his eyes grow wide and he slips behind one of the buildings, and he gives you a wink and then disappears around the corner.
I've got a bad. this.
Okay, bye.
Okay. Hope we don't.
I
get
have
in
a
trouble
feeling
with the
we need
law
to
with that
forget that we know him.
If anyone asks, we're not with him.
So, Mira, you can
Um,
see near the entrance to the flea market, you can see that there are several tents that have different types of clothing. One of them is mostly leather. You can see different capes and saddles and boots and belts and different things that are all made of leather. And there is a sign on the front of it that says "Genuine Cowhide." There is another. There are two more that look to be more of a tailor type of thing, where they have different cloths woven, and there are shirts and slacks and hats and scarves and things that you can see hanging in these tents.
Okay, I go into the cloth one and I look for a cloak that's made of sheep's wool.
Okay. So after several minutes of searching, you do come upon something that looks serviceable. It looks to be made of sheep's skin, actually. It still has the wool on it, but the skin on the inside has been cured, so it looks like it would be quite warm. but it is full body, and it has a hood on it, but it is all covered in off-white sheep's wool.
Okay, but I mean, it'll keep him warm.
Wait, describe it again?
So it looks like it is actual sheep skin that was skinned off of a sheep, and the wool is still attached to it. The inner skin has been cured, so it is flexible and supple and serviceable. But it's like leather on the inside, soft leather on the inside, but on the outside it is entirely covered with wool, like you'd see on a sheep. So it's off-white wool.
Interesting. Okay,
Right. Other than that, you can see that there is something that looks like it's made to look like it's velvet, but it's clearly fake.
Oh, so kind of like...
What?
Hold up. So kind of like this?
Or have you got something that you're putting in Discord?
Mm-hmm.
Let me take a look. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good, except it's got a hood on it too.
Yeah, this one does as well.
Oh.
Foluco, that is a really good find. That's pretty much what I'm talking about. Yes.
Oh, that's positive.
okay.
Positive.
So yeah, I'll buy it. Does it look like it'll fit him?
It looks like it'll cover most of him, but probably not his lower legs.
So my boots, pretty much. It'll go down to my knees, kind of like this does.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, that sounds good. I asked the shopkeeper how much.
All right. So you see a grizzled old woman who has only one eye open. The other eye seems to just be permanently squinted. And she looks over and she looks up at you, and she's actually cloak and your mask. She's not. She hasn't noticed that you've actually asked a question yet.
Okay. I take off my mask for a moment and I ask her again.
So once you take off your mask, her squinty eye actually opens wide, and she looks at you carefully for a few moments. But then her left eye closes once again, and she looks at you normally. You're one of them, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Missy, it's been a while since I've had one of you in my shop. You're admiring the wool, are you?
I am. It's lovely.
Made it myself, I did.
Oh, you're very talented.
It'll cost you only 20.
All right, that sounds great.
Oh,
I hand her 20 gold.
very good, Missy, very good. You can take it.
All right, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day.
Aye, but keep the mask on. Not everyone around here is liking your kind.
Yes, ma'am. I put my mask back on after she says that and walk back out with Leela.
I nod to her. Thank you.
Oh, she didn't. She notices you for the first time, Marcus, and she's, "Oh, you're together, are you?
Mm-hmm.
A married couple?
No,
No,
not Harry.
No.
You'll be
Obviously
making,
not.
you'll be making your puppies. I'll be seeing, yeah. You'll be showing me the puppies, yes.
You can tell I'm like turning bright red under my mask.
Oh,
I
don't
look
mind
at her
me.
just like,
Oh, don't mind me. I'm the eternal matchmaker. All right, hold on.
okay.
Hold on for a minute, guys. I'm trying to.
He's rolling
my
some
wife is
dice.
trying to ask me a question.
Okay, no worries.
Okay.
No, they're not married. They're living in sin.
Psh.
Shush. Ha. I know Mira would not have any feelings for me, and I definitely do not have any feelings for her at the moment.
Brother Thomas and Father Curtis would beat you.
Of course they would.
Young man, you'll be not doing nothing untoward toward the child. You can hear him clearly saying that in your mind.
Yeah.
Brother Thomas and Father Kearns would have his head.
Most likely. All right, you are now the proud owner of a somewhat nice and somewhat cheap looking cured wool skin cloak, hooded cloak.
Nice. Okay, let's head back to Faluco and give him the cloak so he can join us.
Alright,
Um,
let's get out of here.
ask around if there's anyone magic.
So, before you can do anything else, Sheik reappears from behind one of the stalls, and he looks at you and he says, "That's all you want? There's so much cool stuff here."
That's
Oh.
that's all I came to get. We just need to make sure that Faluco can move around the town.
I'm still.
Well, I'm actually
you
gonna
guys-
ask.
So,
Okay.
wait, Loose Fang, what were you saying? You're still what?
I'm still looking around. I was gonna see if there's anyone that hold anything magic. Just
Oh, magic items in a flea market?
you never know.
You doubt it, but it's possible.
Hmm.
Do you have any way of detecting magic items?
I have knowledge arcana, but no, that's not.
So if you were able to find a magic item, pick it up and look at it and examine it, then your knowledge of arcana would probably come into effect. But casually noticing one as you're looking over the hundreds of items for sale here, that's going to be tough.
Does it look as if there's any that might
Look as if there's what?
anything that might interest a monk, like monk weapons?
Ah, okay.
Fist weapons.
Yeah, a flea market. Most of what you're going to find is you can find staves and you can find canes, but they're probably not combat worthy. They're probably meant more for like walking sticks. If you're looking for actual combat worthy weapons, you're probably not going to find them here.
Fair enough.
Do I see anybody whom I can talk to ask questions?
What kind of questions are you looking to ask?
I was just gonna ask where the blacksmiths is, so we know a general direction of where to go.
Oh, yeah, there are plenty of people around here. There are one or two people for every lean-to or tent,
All right.
and and I'm pretty sure any of them would be able to point you in any number of directions.
All right. Well, I asked the person in this tent right here. Do you know where the closest blacksmiths is?
So you can see a strong-looking young man, and he, after a second, you realize he is not one of the shopkeepers, but he is actually a shop. He is a strong, shirtless young man who's most likely a dock worker, and you can see that he is purchasing food from one of the street vendors. So he turns to look at you, and he looks you up and down. Fuzzy one.
A fuzzy one.
Fuzzy
Aw.
Wuzzy was a bear.
We're seeing more of you. Was it you were asking?
Fuzzy Wuzzy
I
was
was
a bear.
asking if you know any blacksmiths.
Fuzzy
Or
Wuzzy
where
had
the
no hair.
blacksmiths is.
A blacksmith.
Yes.
Yeah. North of the town square, you'll find the crafting district.
North of town square.
Is his name
Yeah.
Blacksmith?
Okay.
I don't know what you mean by that. Yeah, there's the crafting district. You'll find different shops and tooling sheds and things. It's north of the town square. Let me point it out to you.
Renji, what are you doing?
I haven't been watching.
I'm
He's
just
moving
moving.
around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry, I'm just silenced. I just trying to keep my energy focused.
Where? Oh, wait a minute. Where did it go? There it is. Okay.
Oh.
Crafting district. Ah.
Oh.
All right. Let me put
This
that
is
on.
pretty huge.
Yeah, it's a big town.
It is.
It's a big map.
So if you look here, he has pointed you to the crafting north of town square.
Mm-hmm. I see.
All right, so if you want to head up that way, you're probably going to have to take a bunch of different streets and kind of around until you figure out where you're at.
Or
Because
you
you're
must,
you're unfamiliar with the rest of town.
Yeah.
True.
So I'm actually looking now to see where is Renji. Oh, I see. Can you even see your character, Renji?
Hovering with the marker.
I see.
It's still highlighted.
Okay. So you're moving him around in the dark.
Yeah.
All right, let me reveal that area. You're on a side street.
How could I know that? Like,
Well,
if it's like it was visible, you got these could show this part.
yeah, you're exploring around, trying to figure out where you're going.
Yeah. It's
All
really
right.
It's really small, kid.
It's a small grid, but it's a big city. Woo! I just did a full zoom out. Yep.
Yeah.
Anyway, so the rest of you, Loosefang, you were looking for, not able to find any battle-worthy weapons in the flea market. Marcus, you said you were something else?
Just looking for the blacksmiths, asking around for where that might be
That's
at.
right. That's right. So Renji's actually making his way up there. Hey, Renji, I'm going to move the action to you.
Oh.
You have come upon a city park of sorts. And in this city park, it is a well-kept green area.
It's the Warriors of Light.
It has a number of statues. And you can see that they are heroic in nature.
That was a Final Fantasy joke, by the way.
Yeah, it's a Final Fantasy.
No.
But you can see a number of statues in this park area here, and inscriptions depict them as the party of heroes that tamed this area. Apparently, this area used to be a stronghold of evil, and there was a group of orcs and goblins that used to live in a stronghold in this area, and this party of adventurers led the charge to clear out the creatures and establish Port Sheridan. In fact, the inscription on this one here is Sir Sheridan the Bold. Apparently, the port is named after him.
Okay, makes sense.
So, looking up at these larger-than-life statues, you hope that someday someone will honor you enough to build a statue in your honor. All right. So, rest of you, what are you going to do?
I go to blacksmith.
So you're actually heading up to the crafting district.
Yeah.
Right.
Because I need to sell the stuff.
Right.
I need to sell the equipment stuff I have.
Okay. So, Renji, go ahead.
Oh, what?
So, Loosefang, I thought you were going to say something?
Oh yes, I just kind of look through as I'm walking. And I guess make my way over to the hub
So you're going to go over to Rusty's?
just to make my way over there and need for
Right.
group.
Okay.
I might head up over to the blacksmiths and ask everybody else in the group if they want to head up and join.
Sure, I'll come.
Okay,
All
so
right.
you're not going to go to Feluco first?
I'm gonna
Yeah.
go to Faluco first and give him that cloak.
Oh yeah, he probably needs that. Let's go together.
Okay. I'm at the crafting
Alright.
smart. Which one of the is the blacksmith?
All right. So just a moment. I am doing some adjustments. I finally found Brother Thomas. I was looking for him,
Oops.
Really?
looking for his icon. Now, as you enter this area, you can
Yeah.
see that it is. There are several places that are filled with smoke from forge fires. There are tinkering shops. There are carpentry shops. There are leatherworking shops, and you can see that there are a number of metalworking furnaces. There is a large central building that appears to be an administration office of, but all of the houses surrounding the administration is dedicated to one craft or another. So if you can think of a craft where you're actually creating something, you will most likely find it here, except most likely you will not find any boat swains here. They will probably be down closer to the docks.
What did you say?
I'm saying people who are boat makers, you probably won't find them here. They'll
Oh, okay,
probably be
okay.
down by the docks, yeah. Other than that, oh, that's really sweet.
Mhm.
Luco, you're an honorable.
Okay. Where can I sell the armor? Just my
Okay.
inventory.
If you want to go into the administration,
What?
Sir
What was
Squeak's
that?
chivalry might be rubbing
It's
up on
kinda
you, Feluco.
What?
so in the central building there in the crafting district, it is doubles as the administration office and as a storefront where the crafters are able to actually put their objects up for general sale.
Okay. So still also selling stuff.
If you want to buy and sell, this is probably the place for it. Yes.
Okay, then I gonna sell. Yeah, I gonna sell a chainmail shirt and the tunic and the dagger.
Okay. So
Yeah,
the
basically, I just gonna add in my inventory.
okay. So the
Just the things I want to sell.
okay. So
So it's
your-
easy for you to see what I want to sell.
where would I see this?
Go within in my equipment list. I just added SS.
You mean on your character sheet?
Yes, yeah, I did.
Okay, I'm looking.
I just the dull S, yeah.
Oh, okay, I see. So the chainmail shirt, 2 short swords, then you have a dagger and a leather tunic. So you're saying those 4 things you want to sell?
Yes.
Okay. So the chain shirt and the leather tunic are pretty well made, and so you will probably get a good price for them. But the dagger is used, and you're not sure if you're going to be able to sell it for very, very much.
I just sell it for any price.
Okay. So the chainmail shirt, you're able to get 35 for that one.
35 gold.
Okay. The leather tunic you can
What?
get. The
So-
leather
sorry,
tunic.
my,
I'm sorry. What are you saying?
No, my website, my client did go weird
Oh,
on level 20. So,
Right. So for the chain shirt, you're able to get 35 gold for that. The leather tunic, you can get 7. For the dagger, he's only able to give you 1 for that.
What did he say what the second was?
7 gold for the leather tunic. 35 for the chainmail shirt.
Yeah,
1 gold for the dagger.
Yeah,
And then
and
what else did you want to sell?
the iron swords.
Oh, the short swords?
Yeah.
Yeah. He'll give you 6 gold each for each of those. So a total of 12. So 35 plus 12 is 47 plus 7 is 50, and then 1 for the
55.
dagger, 55. 55, that's right.
55 gold I had. Then.
For Luco, that's adorable, but he doesn't squeak like a parrot.
No, he squeaks trying to imitate a parrot.
Yeah, he doesn't do a very good job.
Doesn't stop him from trying.
Okay, so did you add that gold?
Yeah, I'm gonna remove the stuff in the inventory.
I got you. Okay.
Yeah, like,
Alright, I'm gonna go up to the
Can I-
blacksmiths.
can I also like, how do you call it? Go to an enchanter.
You're not going to find that here. You're going to have to ask around and see if you can find it.
Okay.
So, sorry, Marcus, what were you saying?
I said I'm gonna go up to the blacksmiths. Mirror, you in?
Okay.
Yep.
Let's
Luca,
go.
you want to come with?
I'm
Loose Fang said he wanted to go over to the cobbler, so let's go back to him over there.
Well, I
Okay.
thought we were coming here for the call.
Yeah. Someone was asking about the cobbler. Who was asking about the cobbler?
me.
That was you?
Mm-hmm.
And why were you asking to see the cobbler?
Just fanciful interest. Gotta shine my boots, bro.
I see.
So are you coming to the cob?
I'm already there.
Yeah, he's there. Okay, so are you going to go in there?
Yeah.
All right. This is off to the side of the flea market, and it actually is not part of the flea market itself. This is an actual shop. So as you open the door to go in, you can smell a very strong smell of curing oils and fresh leather. The smell is almost overpowering, but you are able to walk into the shop, and you can see rows and rows of fresh leather shoes and boots and sandals, and actually he's got saddles in there as well. So it's not just cobbling, but he's doing a lot of leather working as well. Standing in the back,
Does he just?
you can see.
That's something I'd have to ask him. Okay, my bad.
Standing in the back, standing on a stool, you can see a man looks to be about 2.5 or 3 feet tall, and he has a pair of goggles on and a mustache that comes easily 3 inches to the side of either side of his face. He has short cropped white hair, and he is focusing intently on nailing some shoe nails into the bottom of a pair of boots that he's working on. He hasn't noticed that you have entered the shop.
I look around.
Okay. So, anything in particular you're looking for?
Maybe something that could fit Squeaks as like some makeshift armor, but that'd probably be like a custom job or something, I'd imagine.
Probably. And considering this shop is mostly on footwear, I'm not sure you're going to be able to do that here. You may want to go over to the crafting district. Yeah, if you have a special order that you want to do, yeah, the crafting district will most likely have what you're looking for. But if you want to talk to Rusty, you can do that.
I approach Rusty.
All right. So As you close within about 10 feet of him, he puts his hammer down on the shelf next to him, does not look in your direction at all, but holds the boot up to his face, examining it closely. He raises one of his hands and he waves backwards at you, and he says, "Welcome, welcome, come on in, tell me what you're looking for."
That's a fine boot you have there, sir.
"Oh, they're all pretty fine, I made them myself." And then he turns around and then he blows some of the shavings off of the boot, and then he stares at you, and then his head raises and he looks up at you in the face, and then he sees you right in the eyes.
My
"A
beautiful
tall one, are you?
my beautiful opaque eyes. Yeah. What does he say?
A tall one, are you?
That I am.
And a raised as well. First time a raised comes into my shop, you know.
We need.
Problem with it, you know, I the leather thing and all. Some of them don't really agree with that.
It's a point of preference. I'd rather not have things spiking through my paws, to be particularly honest.
Yeah. So, if you're looking for a pair of boots, oh, but wait, you just said no, you're not looking for a pair of boots. So then, what you doing here?
I'm looking for some information. I was hoping if you had any. You know, just some
Information.
going-ons and around the area. Maybe you've heard or seen some things.
So he takes his goggles and lifts them up and puts them on his forehead, and you can see that his eyes are very, very sharp. And he looks at you with a very piercing gaze. "I'm not an information broker. I'm a cobbler. I make shoes and sandals. What is it you're looking for?"
Plenty of people need shoes and sandals. I bet word gets around.
"If you're not here to shop..."
Well, of course I am. You know, you see my winged feather friend over here on my shoulder? He needs some shoes.
What? Feathers?
Uh,
Feathers?
maybe not feathers, but you get the gist. He's rather larger than he appears at the moment.
So then he reaches into his waistband and he pulls out a pocket watch that's on a chain, and he says, "Here, to yank it again."
What?
"It's my chain. You want to yank it again?"
Oh, sure. So you don't want to make some shoes for him?
"Look, can you tell me why you're really here?"
I heard some rumors about some going-ons during the night. I was wondering if you had any information on that.
"Nighttime? Rumors?
Yeah.
All right, who sent you?"
It's just me. I'm not from this town. I'm actually a foreigner. I'm looking for a friend of mine, to be honest.
And so he pulls on his pocket watch and says, "Here, let me yank it for you this time. Come on, will you go straight with me?"
I'm looking for a friend. He's quite the night owl.
Wow.
"Look, I don't know who you are. I don't know where you're from. I don't know if I should trust you. And I don't know if you're from some secret organization that wants to shut me down. So, information, I'm afraid, is not for sale."
What if the information came with a order for some boots?
"For you?"
Yeah, sure. I've got a special pair that may need some mending.
"Your first story was better. Look, if you're gonna talk shop, then shop. Other than that, I'll be happy to bid you good."
All right,
He
goodbye.
doesn't seem to be really entertained by your diplomacy, Luca.
What happened? Oh, there it is. Sorry.
Wait. You know, could I roll a diplomacy as like a bribe for like 5 gold or something?
Bribe and diplomacy don't really go together.
What would it
She's
be?
more bluff. a
No,
bluff.
it's. I wouldn't say it's bluff either, because a bribe is not really bluffing.
It's diplomacy.
Yeah, I guess it would be diplomacy, wouldn't it?
It's closer to it's closer to diplomacy. Otherwise, it's bluffing.
Yeah. Well, there's the
Diplom-
three. There's bluff, intimidate, and diplomacy. So-
Intimidate is not like.
No, I don't think that would be it either. So yeah, go ahead and roll diplomacy.
Okay. Well, sir, I'm really interested in finding this friend of mine. Maybe this gold will help. I slide over 5 gold.
A 5.
That works.
So he's going to do an opposed sense motive check.
Can
Whoa.
can Squeaks assist?
Nope.
No, he's a bat.
If Squeaks was capable of communicating, then yes. Otherwise, no.
Can I try?
He's oh no nope
I'm
never
not
mind.
gonna bribe him, but can I try?
He's
So,
Oh, did-
Feluco, I don't think you've endeared yourself to this Rusty character yet.
oh
I?
dang
I
it.
kind of
So,
I-
Mira,
I-
Mira and Loosefang, you're welcome to try, but I don't think you're going to get much information out
oh
of him,
did
Feluco.
they come into the shop? I didn't notice.
Mira just walked in behind you, yeah.
and I've been here the whole time.
You've been rather quiet. Have you been amused by this exchange?
Yeah,
I
I've been
mean,
amused
there's
by
a
the
train
story.
wreck happened. There's not much you can do.
Okay, well, I walk in,
Did
I
you call
hear,
it a
I see
train
his
wreck, Loosefang?
situation.
That I did.
No, I walk in and I see Feluco's frustration of trying to get rest, and I come in and I start talking to him. I start saying, "Hey, we really need some help. Can you help us out at all?"
So what are you going to actually say?
We're really trying to look for this person. Can you help us?
So, so Rusty seems rather happy to turn away from Feluco, see the newcomer in the shop, and he actually, as he stands on his stool, he can look you right in the face instead of having to look upward. He seems a lot more comfortable with that. And he says, "Another raised, are you?"
Yes, sir.
That's a woman's voice. Would you mind taking off the mask?
I oblige and I take it off and I lower my hood.
So his eyes go wide a little bit, and then he kind of sits down on his stool and he sniffles a bit and starts to rub his nose.
Is everything okay, sir?
It's nothing, miss. It's nothing.
Okay.
You're an Arctic.
Yes.
I lower my hood as well to reveal my white fur.
And so he doesn't take notice of that because he's rather fascinated with Mira at this point.
I pout a little.
A fox, and not just any fox. You're a pure white.
Mhm.
I thought I'd never see one. May I have your name?
It's Mirai.
So he turns away and he blows his nose rather loudly into a dirty handkerchief. And then he wipes his eyes with the same handkerchief. And then he turns back to you and he says, "All right, this friend, who you looking for?"
I gesture to Feluco.
Well dressed. Age probably a lot older and wiser than he looks.
That could match the description of many people in this town.
Mhm.
You're gonna have to be more specific.
He would have this off air about him. He hails from the north, if that makes any difference.
No, it's not ringing a bell.
Um,
Can you tell me what you're really looking for? You're not giving me enough information to go on.
I don't know his name.
He's actually twirling his mustache in one of his fingers.
I don't. I'm at a loss here.
He wouldn't be nocturnal, would he?
For the
He
most
would
part,
be.
yes, he would be.
Are we looking for here?
Wait, what'd you
Say
say?
that again, Loose Fang?
I just kind of asked, are we looking for the vigilante character?
No, by no means.
Oh,
Wrong person.
Yeah. Doesn't like to come out much in the daytime, tends to slink around.
One of those characters. Why didn't you say so? Yes, I've seen them. Groups of them. They meet in the dark corners at night.
Consistently in the same place or sporadic?
Oh no, it's a different place every time. I've only seen it twice.
You don't
It's
happen.
only once here around the flea market, and the other time I was up on my roof looking at the stars, and I saw them down by the dock warehouses.
I see.
You didn't happen to catch any of their faces or what they were saying, were you?
They were all wearing hoods. I didn't know who they were, but they're definitely not gnomes. Unless
Okay.
they're standing on each other's shoulders. I suppose that's possible.
I've met plenty of gnomes. Yes, I can vouch. That is indeed possible.
All
Well-
right. Well, I bow to him and I say thank you very much. You've been most helpful.
I did see the last time. It was last week. It was down by the docks. I saw one of them. One of them disappeared into a sewer grate, while the others walked back north toward the nobility districts.
You don't happen to know where
Interesting.
that sewer grate was, do you?
Yes, down by the prison complex.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir.
Oh,
You're not
what-
going in there, are you?
Maybe. I have some other things to attend to first. By the way, is there a local library?
You'll find that you'll find that north by the academy.
All right, thank you, sir.
I nod and then put my hood back up and my mask back on and I walk back out.
I do the same.
You don't have
This-
a mask.
So he
I have a
calls-
helmet, but
Y'all need to
called-
just
He calls after you before as you're leaving. Miss Mirai, will you be staying long?
I can't say for certain, sir.
I'd like to introduce you to me wee ones.
Okay.
Would you be back this evening?
I think that could be arranged.
I'd like that very much.
Yeah, I think that could be arranged.
All right, and so he waves to you as you leave.
Fool, Luco, how come you gotta be cloak and dagger with? Just come forward and say.
oh, thank you.
No. I love how he totally failed at it, but then I come in and I'm just like, and he's just like, oh.
I jest a little with Mira, like, man, you're good with all the men, aren't you?
Yes.
Oh, be careful. Be careful.
Remember what Brother Thomas said to me?
Yeah.
Or what
Imagine how bad he'd rip you apart.
Yeah.
It's
Kearns,
it's all in
Father
good.
Kearns would have your head.
It's all in good fun. I've known Mira for a little bit longer than the rest of the party has.
Okay, so you've got a lead. There is a sewer grate on the north side of the prison complex, just to the south of the flea market, by the dock warehouses.
Can you
Okay, great.
reveal the part of the map we just walked through and the academy?
Where? Oh, sorry.
You're
Sorry,
fine.
I didn't see that you went that way.
I kind of went up over to the blacksmiths as well.
Okay, so we'll move back to you in just a second.
All right.
But I'm going to point out the academy here in just a second.
Yum.
All right. Do.
And which one's the library?
All right. I will get there in just a second.
I think there has to be Sanctuary of the Life Mother around here from what Father Curtin said.
You okay?
Yeah, sorry, my son pulled my headphones out of my ears.
Accident. It was an accident. Or was it? I don't know.
All right, and
It was the cat. The cat
yeah,
did
there
it.
was a cat. Floof. All right, so there's that. That is the campus, the Sheridan Academy of Learning. And as you are, okay, Foluco, you are heading up the avenue that heads toward the academy.
Mm-hmm.
So you're headed toward the library. What about you, Mira? I'm sorry, Marcus. Let's get back to you at the crafting district. Okay. All right. So what's on your mind, Marcus?
I was gonna ask for the blacksmith for some studded leather armor.
Okay. So a blacksmith works in metals. So you're gonna be like chainmails and plate mails and swords and weapons and things. If you want leather armors, you're gonna have to go to the leather work.
All right.
But this is the crafting district, so you're gonna find pretty much anybody here, unless it's boat maker.
Okay.
All right. So there are several booths that have the strong smell of curing oil, and you are brought to those as you see several accomplished looking leather workers who have their booths look like they're places where the leather is cured and shaped, but they don't actually look like they have anything for sale. So you assume that the administration office and shop in the center of the district would be the place to actually purchase things.
Right.
So are you looking to purchase, or are you looking to commission something specific? Because yeah, if you want to commission something specific, then you can talk to the leather workers directly.
Well, I might be looking at something to purchase, if it might be in my size, because I don't think it's not going to be that hard to find something in my size.
You are roughly humanoid in size, so yeah. If looking for, so are you looking for like a studded leather shirt?
For pretty much everything, really, because I'm trying to give myself as much protection as possible.
I see. So what you will
Give myself
probably
a higher
want to
armor
do,
cost.
is get yourself a pair of leather bracers, get yourself a studded leather tunic, some leather breeches and boots, and then a leather skull cap.
Okay.
So do you have? I don't think you have any of that already, do you?
No, I do not. I don't
So
think.
I'm checking your character sheet here. AC items. You have a regular leather tunic, but if you want to upgrade that to studded, you could either have them apply studs to your existing leather, or you could buy a whole new shirt.
Okay.
So
have
it'll probably be less expensive just to buy the whole new shirt, because you're going to have to get a special commission for someone to actually take the one that you already have and sew the studs to it.
All right. I think that's might be what I'm gonna do is buy a new shirt.
Okay, so the studded shirt itself is going to cost you 15 gold. The breeches are 10, and the boots are only 2. The bracers are 5, and the skull cap is also 5.
Okay, hold on.
So, yeah, 15 for the shirt, 10 for the breeches, 2 for the boots, and then 5 each for the bracers and the skull cap.
Give me 1 second.
Okay.
I get to calculator. Yeah, because I'm not gonna be able to. All right, so it's
37
15.
total.
37.
Yeah, because 15 plus 10 is 25, plus 2 is 27, plus another 5 and 5 is 37.
Okay.
So
I guess that works.
for the whole outfit, brand new. You're going to need to break these in, so be prepared to deal with some blisters on your feet for a while.
Probably will.
All right. Although, once you realize, just a minute, those boots aren't going to fit you. You're going to need to have some custom-made boots for your cause.
Alright, well, how expensive is the custom-made boots gonna cost?
Well, what they're probably going to end up as is more of, think of Zootopia, where the footwear that Judy would have if police uniform.
I don't think she did have any footwear, did she?
Yeah, she sure did.
No,
Let me
not
see if I can
really.
get a picture for you.
She had these little, like, I don't know.
Yeah,
It
let me
looked
show
like
you.
it was it looked like it was just socks.
Yeah. Looks
Yeah,
like
but-
socks with some padding on them.
They were socks.
So I've got an image right here. I'm gonna post it in the
In Discord.
in memes and stuff. So they're kind of sock-like,
Yeah.
but they are made of leather, and they are some form of foot protection. That's the kind of thing that you're looking at there.
Okay.
Yes. Although it would be a lot different because he has paw pads and Judy doesn't.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, you're right. That'll be a little different. So it's not going to be exactly the same.
Yeah, because Judy just
fairly
has
similar.
fur. She has no paw
Right.
pads because she's a bunny.
She's a bunny, indeed.
Yes, I have
You
bunnies.
know, I mean, bunnies have toe
She has-
beans.
No,
Yes,
they,
they do,
don't.
I thought
Where do
bunnies
they
had
have
toe
that?
beans.
No, they don't. Literally, do you want me to pull my rabbit out of my cage and take a picture of his back
You know
feet?
what?
He
I
has
am
no
not
paw
going
pads.
to. I'm not going to argue with you on that.
Yeah,
Right.
it's just fur. Like I actually get like legitimately angry when I see pictures of rabbit paw pads because they don't have them.
Okay.
All right.
That's
They don't.
Like I'm like, it looks like there's a piece of gum stuck on her foot. It looks so wrong.
Okay, so it's not like the middle paw pad. I'm talking about the actual digits. So they have the beans on their digits.
They don't have actual like beans though. It's
Covered
just
in
fur.
That's okay. I'll accept that.
Like here, let me
I'm looking at an image here. Yeah, it looks like there's just fuzz and fur. All right, I'll believe you.
yeah, there's just fur there.
Okay. All right, so for the custom job there, it's for the foot wrappings. That's just going to cost you another 3, so a total of 5 there,
Okay.
and it'll
See?
bring it up to 40.
See, just fur.
how long will it
All
take?
right.
Alright.
That's cute though, Mira.
I know. I love rabbits. I do. I love rabbits.
Okay, so for a total of 40, that is going to give you a full suit of leather with a studded leather tunic, and that is going to raise your armor class by another 2 points.
Yay.
Sweet.
So let me mark that down on your character sheet.
Alright, and I'm changing my gold to. Whoops. I was just about to change my gold amount.
Ah!
Whoop.
Okay. Oh, you switched it. I got you.
Yeah. I was changing the gold amount.
Go ahead. I was typing on it, and then you switched the tab.
Okay. Alright, you can switch back.
Okay. Thank you.
Good.
Wow, no, that's on the. Never mind. Boop.
The breaches.
Okay. Cool. So that takes your armor class up to 18.
Woot! Rather than just this easily 16.
So, except where's your dexterity bonus? Oh, that's your ability modifier. It's there. Okay, good. Yeah.
Yep.
So your armor class is now 18. Nice.
Okay.
That's going to be helpful. All right, Renji. Did you have anything else you were looking for? I think we lost Renji.
Oh, sorry. Sorry, my computer.
That's okay.
I have a physical mic muter.
Yeah. Oh, you're looking through exotic weapons.
Yeah, like I have the benefit.
You have the exotic weapon proficiency. So which one are you looking for?
I'm just looking at it, so I'm thinking just talking offline about.
Oh, sorry, I'm just yelling about rabbits. It's okay.
I'm just thinking talking offline about.
Okay, well we can talk about that offline.
Because it's easier.
Well, I look at Samuel about my boots experience. Well, I think that might be the only difference between you and me.
Well, because you had to get special boots with the toes cut out?
Mr.
That
Fluffy
sounds so weird.
Paws! Mr. Fluffy Paws!
Had to pay more for you.
Yeah. Well, it's a custom job. They're not used to making outfits for the raised all that often.
Yeah, it's okay. Mira just goes barefoot.
I thought she was a fox.
Yeah, she goes barefoot.
Oh, a hybrid. Art bear.
No, she goes bare, like no shoes on.
Yeah, he's pulling your leg.
He's pulling my tail. I know.
Yeah, there you go. Pulling your tail. That's Loose Fang.
Yep.
He is right behind you.
Yeah, he is right behind you after all. Anyway, let's go back to Foluco, who is trying to make his way into the Sheridan Academy library. The library is open to the public, and you can see that inside there are a number of students and faculty in various stages of looking for books, reading books, studying, writing things down. The library is surprisingly noisy today, not what you're used to in a normal library. You can hear conversations, various groups of students that are doing research and talking back and forth. It is the noise level is a little higher than you'd expect in a normal library. But when you walk in your height, covered in a sheep's wool cloak and hood, the noise level does drop considerably as several heads turn direction.
I lower my hood so that I'm not as mysterious. By the way, my helmet is off.
Not a good idea.
My helmet is off. Just so you know. Clarify
Right.
that.
So you do know, however, you truly are in sheep's clothing.
Yeah.
wasn't gonna say it.
I had to jump on that one, Moose Fang.
I'm sorry, but
What?
that never occurred to me until you just said it.
I didn't set it up that way. Honestly, I did not set it up that way.
Okay.
So, what exactly are you looking for as the conversation begins to resume once more?
I look for the most knowledgeable person to talk to.
Well, there is an older-looking elven gentleman sitting at the front desk.
Yeah.
He has a
That
thin
guy.
pair of spectacles on, and he is actually somewhat balding, so his pointed ears stick out rather prominently.
Well,
I approach him and say, "Hello, my pointed-eared friend."
That's a little insulting.
So he actually looks up. He looks up at you, and then he tries to see into the hood, and not successful at that either.
No,
He puts his
my
head-
hood is down.
Oh, you lowered your hood.
I did.
Oh, okay. So then, okay, back up, rewind. So he looks up at you, squints through his glasses a little bit, and then he says, "Oh, you've got pointed ears as well, I see." And then he puts his head back down and he goes back to his work.
I'm looking
Don't
for.
worry, I'm coming.
No.
Are you looking for something specific?
Yes, and I lean in and whisper it to him.
Okay. So you're gonna whisper to me in chat here?
Yeah. Hold up.
Ooh, who posted those boots? Those
Hello,
boots
Carl.
look good.
Hello, Carl.
Yeah, they're digit graded and everything. That's pretty cool.
That's a bit futuristic, though.
Yeah. Yeah, not something we'd see in this world.
I'm not gonna face step this time.
Okay. All right. So, at your whispered message, his eyes grow wide and he pulls his head back away from you. And then he looks around the library and then he looks back up at you and he says, "You're the second one.
There's another.
Oh, you haven't heard of Duncan, have you?
Vaguely.
So you're going to try and follow what Duncan is doing. We've got another blasted vigilante in our midst."
Huh. Do you know where I can find this Duncan fellow?
Nobody's seen him, and we've only heard about him. And we've seen what he's done.
Right. Well,
All that
could-
we've heard is that he's some inhuman creature, clearly not a human or humanoid or elf, man or mirror. We don't know what he is, but criminals show up on the doorstep of the prison, tied up and unable to say anything but truth.
can you point me to the literature that he may have come in here looking for?
Well, actually, he never came in himself. He's always sent people in to find it, but I can give you the tomes that he checked out.
That'd be much appreciated.
A rather polite fellow, I must say, very prompt at returning his books. Surprising for a vigilante.
Has he taken out any books recently?
The last book he returned was several weeks ago.
Does he have currently one out?
No.
Who might have
And then-
returned it
so
for him?
He stands up and he motions for you to follow him.
I follow.
A curious creature, this Duncan. I don't know who he is or what he is. Apparently has a strong streak of justice about him, but doesn't care about upholding the law. And he's interested in hunting down vampires. And he says that last word very quietly to you, so to make sure that no one else hears what he's saying.
Interesting.
As he walks down the rows with and then turns down one particular row, and then reaches up under the shelf, and then pulls out one book and walks down a couple more sections, and then pulls out two more books. And then he brings them over to you, and he says, "This is what we have found."
Can you DM those to me?
Okay. Okay.
Excellent.
Okay. All right, I've sent you book 1. And book 2. And book 3.
Interesting titles. Mind if I sit down and study them a while?
You're welcome to do so. Do you have a library card? You might be able to check them.
I sadly do not. I'm not from the town.
Newcomer. All right, well, you can sit in one of the booths over here and you want to read. Just don't take them out of the building.
All right.
All right, so you can, you want to discuss those offline, what those books contain?
Yes.
Okay. All right, and then back to... That's empty. Yeah. Okay. It is now it is getting on into the afternoon. And back to you, Loosefang and Mira. You guys have congregated in the crafting district.
Mm-hmm.
Loosefang's on bio break.
Loosefang is on bio break. Gotcha.
Nothing really. I mean, yeah, I'm not looking for anything. I just looking, like, wandering around and watching my companion shop.
So what you can see here, it is a wondrous array of booths and shops and different things where you can. Some of them have smoke billowing from hot forges, and some of them have the very pungent odor of curing oil from leather, and then some are surrounded by layers of sawdust. And so you can see that there are many different kinds of crafts going on around here. And so if you can think of something that you'd like created, you will most likely find it here.
Okay. Are there any magic items here?
You don't suspect that there are any magic items here. To find any magic items, you're going to need to go over to the mage tower.
Okay. Anything that's like, I don't know, religious in nature?
Oh, the convent is often to the northeast.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
This city has worshippers of both Kexoth and Orleana. So you're going to find opposing convents in the religious district.
Okay.
off in the northeast. Let me
Alright.
mark that on your map. Okay. You guys have me kind of scrambling to write down everything as.
What?
Oh, did you just reveal another part of the map? Oh, you did?
Yes,
What's
I
this?
did. It's up here.
Oh, cool.
Cool. Where's the Orleana's temple?
It's on the south
Oh,
side
yeah.
of the complex. All right.
Cool.
The rest of the buildings are dedicated. All right. So, yeah, if you go to the northeast end of the city, find the temples to both Kexoth and Orleana buildings as well, surrounded by a surprisingly high wall that looks more like a fortress than a complex. Meanwhile, I will reveal this area as well.
Oh, sorry, I went to go help my brother take a photo. Out in the freezing cold, I hate Utah weather.
It's
Oh
not
yeah,
that.
it's actually warmed up over here, which is nice.
It's not that cold out there. It's only like 40 degrees.
Ugh,
It's 60 over here.
that's nice, man.
So this complex here, just outside of the government and temple complex, is the School of the Arcane. And in the very center is a tall tower, which is dedicated to the Archmage that lives here.
Marion, or is it somebody else?
This is not Marion's tower, no.
Okay.
She lives off on her own mountain range.
Mm-hmm.
So the
But if
maid.
you're looking,
So she learned off on her own mountain range, or she separated herself from the rest of the followers?
you don't know.
So will this
Okay.
mage tower hold arcane stuff? I mean, like magic armor
Most
and stuff.
likely, yes. If you're looking for alchemy or for enchanting, you'll probably find it there.
Alright. Cool. That's one place I'm going next.
Monk related.
You're okay. Yeah, you're looking for a dojo.
Oh, okay. Would that not?
It is. You can probably find one around here, but you don't know because they're somewhat secretive. So you'll have to ask around.
Alrighty. Is there a roll I need to make to do that?
Well, what you're gonna do? You have a knowledge of local.
No, I don't.
You're not trained in knowledge of local. Well, then you're probably gonna have to ask passersby until you can find a lead. You haven't found one yet.
Like, would I just do a gather information check?
That's one thing you could do. Yes.
Just
So we have about 45 minutes, and we've been doing a lot of town stuff,
Yeah.
Mhm.
sorry.
and that's cool because you guys are doing. I'm actually fascinated watching what you guys are doing on your various different activities to see how you guys are going to end up, and you're coming up with different leads on where you can go and what you can do.
I will focus today.
Yeah.
Sorry for that.
And that's okay. That's okay. So, all right, most of you are congregated in the crafting district, and it is about mid-afternoon at this point. So you can decide if you at some point you're going to need to find a place to eat for dinner. Not too soon, but you're going to need to start thinking about that. The other thing is you're going to need to figure out what you're going to do for if you're going to visit the School of Magic, or if you're going to go over to the temple complex, or if you want to help Loosefang to ask around and see if you can find the dojo.
I feel like we just seem like kids in a candy store, just like grabbing different stuff, just like,
I
want this, I want that.
I will tell you that that Samuel and Layla, they have just been in complete awe and wonder walking through this humongous city because they've never been around so many people or so many buildings before. They're actually starting to get a bit overwhelmed.
Mira, this one's for you. D&D memes.
Okay, I'm taking a look.
Oh, I sent it in the question.
Yep, I saw that. I'm answering it right now.
The whisper?
Yep.
Okay.
I don't have max strength though. I have like a wimpy 13.
Wait, 13? That's like
Yeah.
probably the same amount I have. Yeah, I've got 13 too.
13 what?
Strength.
Oh, gather information.
Strength.
Yeah.
I've got a 18 in Dex though.
I've got a 20 in Dex.
Oh, you suck.
Yeah, I don't see that. I still think that's amazing. Somehow she rolled
I
it.
got a 20 in dexterity as well. And I
Well,
have
but you're a rogue. That makes
Yeah.
that makes a lot of sense.
Yep.
For me, no.
Actually, no, it's quite helpful, but it's unusual for a cleric.
Yeah, and then I have a 17 in wisdom.
I've like.
How
I've
the
like
crap do you have all these numbers?
I
I've
got
got
very good rolls
I've
at
got
the
a-
beginning.
So wait, Renji was trying to ask something.
I have like a 20 in strength.
Yeah. Well, yeah, as a fighter, that makes perfect sense.
Yeah, true. Like a 15 in dungeons.
So did I find anything when I gather information?
Yeah, asking around the crafting district, you're not able to get any solid information. You have some people with vague ideas that rumors mostly that there is an underground group of monks in the city that practice their arts, but the reports of where they're located and where they practice are varied, and you can't get anything definite.
Well, I thank anyone that gives me a bit of information for their time.
Although someone does mention that to go try the arena,
The arena is...
possibly mistaking monks for gladiators.
I asked them if they wouldn't mind pointing me in the direction of the arena, just since I'm new in town.
Central Town Square. Whole
Well,
city
the
is
city.
the whole city is centered around it.
Then it should be relatively easy to find.
From what people are telling you, the arena is the only edifice that is still standing from before when Port Sheridan was built. Apparently, the arena was built by the orcs and goblins that used to live here. It's a very old structure, but it's still in use today.
Just like the Colosseum.
Something like that, yes.
Well, I make a mental note of that to check it out time.
Let me mark this one down. All right. So this is actually kind of fun as you discover the city, I get to reveal different areas of the city as you go through it.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to make sure that I'm writing good notes for everybody.
So what's going on with the arena?
Well, he was given a tip that there is an arena in the center of the city. He mentioned he was looking for monks, and someone thought he said gladiators, so they mentioned the arena.
Sounds like a fun place to go visit.
I head back.
Maybe
to
we
the
can
rest of
earn
the-
some gold there.
You're heading back where, Liz Fang?
Just where the rest of the group is.
Ah, yes.
I'm ready to head to wherever y'all are needing.
So, Sheik actually, he approaches the group, and he holds up a chain, a very fine-looking chain that he's wrapped around his fingers, and on the end of this chain is a small vial of some sort. And he said, "Look what I found! It was just on the street."
In whose pocket?
No, I swear it was just on the street.
Uh-huh.
And you don't, and you know what's inside? And he starts unscrewing the vial.
What'd you find?
So the vial it looks to be something fairly small that would hold no more than 3 or 4 ounces. And there is a liquid inside that as soon as he uncaps the vial, it starts steaming just very slightly. See a thin wisp of steam. And he says, "Here, feel the vial, feel it."
I reach out and
So as your fingers touch it, you can feel it. You can actually tell that it is heating up as you're touching it, and it's getting hotter and hotter. And he's, "Isn't that really cool?" And then he screws the cap back on, cools off.
Huh.
Yeah, smart.
That's interesting, but I wonder who lost.
Can I identify it?
Identify, yes.
What for potion it is?
I don't think you have the power to do that, Renji.
I have the alchemy craft.
One moment.
So basically,
Do you have the alchemy skill?
I have the alchemy craft.
All right. Go ahead
It's gonna
and
be
roll.
knowledge of.
Well, it could be the craft alchemy check or knowledge of arcana.
Okay.
If you have either one of those, you can do a roll there to figure it out.
Oh,
Oh,
here's my
what?
28.
Holy cow!
Oh, lol.
Marcus, engineering, arcana. Where are you getting all this?
Wait, do you have at least 1
I
point in
grew
each
up
of
in
those?
Okay,
I do.
I gonna try this. What does how the master look like?
I grew up
Yep.
in a very well-educated
Serious?
family
Really?
in my clan.
What's now the benefit of the master tool and the normal tool?
Yeah. So, both Renji and Marcus come to the same conclusion that this is not a potion. It's not meant to be drunk. So don't drink this.
It's acid.
It is not acid. Actually, it is a heating solution that is made to. You can pour it on. You can pour several drops on the ground, and it'll actually heat up and work just like a campfire for several hours. But it doesn't create any light, and it doesn't create any smoke. So it will keep you warm in cold places with just a few drops.
Oof.
Intriguing find.
So Sheik now has a vial of instant campfire solution.
Or instant fire.
Yeah, don't drink it.
Yeah, do not drink it. No, you put that inside your body, it's going to burn you from the inside out.
He will be forever warm.
Oh, yeah. My goodness.
With the ultimate skill. Oh shit.
Language.
Oh, sorry. I think I was like muffling it all with my hands for my mouth. Sorry for that.
But anyways, yeah, my clan had or my family in my clan was a very well-educated family. Very highly respected.
So you actually are educated in a number of different disciplines.
Yes.
All right. So, and then Sheik, he tells you, if you want to find more of this kind of stuff, it's up this way, up to the northeast. They've got this magic place where they sell all this really cool stuff. You ought to come and check it out.
You mean like a school or something?
School? No, it's a magic place. They got lots of different magic stuff. You ought to come check it out. And he actually takes off down one of the streets here.
Oh. Northeast, I thought you meant west.
I thought you meant Weast.
Like Sheridan Academy.
Ah.
Anyways. Or you can do this the easy way or the hard way. Or the semi-medium hard way. Or the sort of hard and awkward challenging sort of way.
Wow.
Kind of curious as to where Sheik's been getting all this stuff. I follow him.
So, Sheik leads you through a little bit of a residential district, past several houses, and then north, past a couple of business areas, and into a square that is surrounded by a large building on three sides. This is clearly the School of the Arcane, although Sheik doesn't pay any attention to the sign, and his eyes are greedily eyeing some of the artifacts that are on display in glass cases around the central mage tower.
Okay.
In the center of you see a tower that is easily 10 or more stories high. Possibly one of the tallest buildings in all of Port Sheridan. And it is not all that big around, but it's very high up, and you can see, as far as you can tell, at the top of the tower there is some sort of observatory. There is a telescope at the top. The surrounding building is only 2 or 3 stories high in different places, and you can see that it is probably holding either dormitories or classrooms or laboratories of some sort. This is clearly a place of education. But that doesn't seem to convince Sheik that this is just a place where you get magic stuff.
Well, I rolled a Knowledge of Arcana for the items in the glass case on the wall here.
So you can see on the south wall of the Mage Tower, there is no door. The door is actually on the east side. But on the south wall of the Mage Tower, there is a display case that has several glass enclosures holding a number of different magic items. You can see in the central one there is a tall staff that has an orb at the top that is glowing bright, and you can see that there is some sort of apparatus inside the case that is surrounding the orb, possibly containing or controlling the power of the staff. In the 2 other cases to the right of the staff, in one of them you can see a crown that is sitting on a pillow, a bright blue pillow, and this crown is covered in gems and jewels. It looks like it's royalty. clearly,
Wow.
very clearly very valuable, but you can't see what's so magic about it. In the last case on the right, you can see a wand, and this wand is very curiously made because it is metal for the bottom half of the wand, and the top half of the wand looks like it could be made of wood, but then it could be made of mud, or is it made of plants? You can't tell. It seems to shift continually before your eyes.
What was it?
It was a wand where the bottom half is made of metal, but the top half, it's continually shifting, and you can't tell what it's being made of because it looks like something different every time you look at it.
Okay.
To the left of the staff in the center, you can see that there is an iron box that has a latch on it, but it doesn't look like it has any lock or key, but it is an iron box, and it looks somewhat unremarkable. And then finally, in the fifth case, on the last one on the left, you can see there is a flail. This is clearly a weapon. It has a 2.5 foot long wooden handle, and attached to the handle there are 3 chains, and at the end of each chain there is a heavy iron ball. Except in each iron ball there are golden studs that end in spikes. And there's clearly something magical about this, but you don't know what. It looks like a normal flail, except it has stud balls. Standing on either side of all of these glass cases, you can see 2 nondescript looking men that are both, they're not dressed in any guards clothing at all. They're simply wearing simple tunics and breeches. They're not carrying any weapons at all either. They simply have their hands folded behind their backs, but they are watching you very suspiciously.
I say, hello.
Do you wish to learn of the artifacts?
I actually do. And I ready some ice bolts in my hand.
Oh, no need for that here. Turn it off. You'll not get past the anti-magic field anyway.
Anti-magic?
Oh, do you not know? This entire complex is a place of learning and experimentation. It's all been covered in an anti-magic shell. Only the most powerful wizards can break through the shell and actually accomplish their spells. The rest of them are all experimentation and nothing ever... If there weren't a magic shell around this place, then it would have been blown clear off the map several years ago.
Does Miriam ever come down here?
Oh, that old witch? And then the other guy turns to him and says, Johnson, watch your mouth. Forgive me, okay. Master Miriam no longer comes to this academy. I will leave it at that.
Why so?
She has, let's say, a disagreement with the Archmage.
A disagreement?
She feels that magic should be used in certain ways that the Archmage simply doesn't agree with. And to be quite frank, I don't think I agree with her either, and so I say good riddance. Johnson, watch your mouth. Yes, sir.
What ways do you think magic should be used?
Magic should be used for knowledge, for the benefit of all human and elf kind, and for beneficial construction, summonings, and the like. It should never be used for evil purposes or for destroying things.
And Marion disagrees with that?
And he looks over at his companion guard, and then he looks back at you and to put simply, yes, she does.
That seems rather interesting. But I would certainly love to learn more about the knowledge of the arcane.
Well, you've certainly come to the right place. What sort of instruction are you looking for? There's courses, number of fields of study that you can indulge in. How much time are you willing to dedicate?
Well, I look at the rest of the group and, well, I'm not sure. We're sent on a quest.
Adventurers, are you? Oh, I'm afraid you're not going to find what you're looking for. If you become a student, you're expected to stay at least for 2 years before you... This is not a place where you can come for a day or two and learn spells. Oh, I'm afraid not.
I look at the staff curiously.
Ah, the staff of Magus. Curious, are we? Yes. Have you heard of it?
I have not. What does it
So,
do?
well, it does nothing right now, to be honest. You see the ring around the orb there? It's dampening the magic field. You see, the Staff of Magus, it's all activated by keywords. If I were to say certain words and the controlling or the controlling circle was not in place, then you'd see quite the light show.
Oh. Interesting.
There are mages who have spent years just discovering what certain keywords are, and we don't think that all of them have been discovered.
And what if one of the keywords is nat 20?
Knowledge of Arcana.
You want to do a knowledge of our... Yes, you have heard of the Staff of Magus before.
Yeah,
Oh, wait,
that
that...
means I come
Oh,
up with one of
shoot!
the mad words.
Wait, what?
What?
I was rolling a knowledge of Arcana to try to come up with one of the match words.
Oh, you're coming up with one of the keywords.
Yeah.
You do know the one that is most commonly known. The one that actually it activates a simple continual light spell. And the word is Shirak.
Shirak.
Yes. However, with the controlling circle in place, nothing happens when that word is uttered.
Huh.
If your studies were correct, then anyone holding this staff and saying that word would have a continual light source that they could activate and deactivate at will with their correct keywords. And that's the simplest of spells on the staff.
Great. I see. Well, I was told that I needed to go to see Miriam in this quest. So I'm not sure if there would be anything here that might give me any knowledge as to what I need to learn for my arcane.
He frowns at you and he said, "You're going to see Miriam?
That's what I was told to see.
I would stay away from her.
Someone should
Despite
totally
the
get
fact that she disagrees with the Archmage, she is a bit eccentric.
Eccentric.
A very gifted user of magic, shall we say. She knows quite the repertoire of spells, but it might drive you mad just trying to get any straight answers out of her. When did she leave? And then the other guy looks over and says, "Oh, it was, what, 19 months ago. It was after the incident over in the crafting district.
What
The
incident?
Yes, an incident. One of the forges had gone completely out. Rather freak incident. Nothing they did could relight it. They would use flint and tinder and steel and everything that they could think of, and the forge wouldn't relight. So they asked one of the mages to come and look to see if there was on it. And wouldn't you know that Miriam was the one who went? Before the night was over, the entire forge had been blown to bits.
Oh my.
And
So it was lit.
it certainly was lit, but not just the forge, the entire shop. It was a smoking crater. The Archmage had some choice words with Miriam that night, and she left the next day. You see,
Sorry,
one of the first lessons that any student of magic should learn is that magic is not a force to be controlled. In fact, misused, the force will control you. Therefore, you must understand it and cooperate with it in order to use it properly. Those who try to force its use will only cause destruction.
I contemplate in deep thought.
So, if you're not planning on staying long, can I interest you in some magical trinkets or perhaps an enchantment?
Well,
What you got?
Exactly, what you got?
Across the way there, you'll find Mortimer's shop. Mortimer is the one who sells all of the different results of alchemical projects, different crafting projects, usually things that the students produce themselves. It helps generate money for the academy.
His last name's not Snurd, is it?
I'm afraid not. Where did you get that idea?
Just a funny fellow I
FYI, Loosebang, I know who Mortimer Snurd is. That's funny that you know that.
Excellent. I wasn't sure if anyone would get that right.
I do get that reference. That's funny.
I did not.
Mortimer is actually a puppet that was a very famous ventriloquist. It was one of his characters.
Okay.
Yeah. I am looking for something to help me with my elemental arcane powers.
You're not a sorcerer, are you?
Well, I've been given this gift ever since I was born, and I've been trying to figure out how to control it.
You are a sorcerer. I'm afraid we can't help you here. Those born with the talent need to find sorcery. Here, this is wizardry, where it is learned and studied and cooperated. Those who are born with it often become wild mages.
What's the difference?
When one is born with magic and the innate ability to cast it, there is no study involved. Nothing. There's no intellectual pursuit to cast magic. It just comes naturally, and often it manifests itself in strange and sometimes, unfortunately, destructive ways.
I look down at my hands in shame.
Have a past, do you?
I kind of do, yes.
So, do you seek to control it, or do you seek to unleash it?
Well, when I was born with this gift, there was a prophecy foretold by a wise man in my tribe, or my village. He said that these
Aye.
powers could be used for good, to unite the clans, or to be used for bad. I prefer to use them for the latter.
For you,
Former.
For the
you mean
former,
the? Do you
for
mean you
good.
mean the former? I hope.
Yeah, for good. My gosh, I can't English today.
I mean, you do speak Korean.
Indeed.
Yes.
No, we're talking about...
Holy balls.
What?
So,
Um,
so you
Hold on.
it's-
so you were born with these powers,
yeah.
and you seek
Yeah.
to you seek to use them for good, which means you wish to control them. But that's not what happened, is it?
I looked down shamefully. Well, there was something that happened, but I would prefer not to discuss it.
Oh, you don't need to tell me. We've had many a case, I'm afraid. Sorcerers born with the gift, tried to control it, tried to learn it. They're so confident in themselves, they know what they're doing, and then disaster strikes. I've heard it all too often. And all I can say is, I don't know what happened. I don't know what the results of what your accident was. But I grieve for you.
Thank you.
So then, in the aftermath of your accident, do you hide from it, or do you wish to control it?
I looked down at my paws. I'm wanting to learn how to control this, but I want to use it for, like I said, I want to use it for good.
Well, I can show you to the Archmage. He might be able to tell you a thing or two. But if you're born with it, studying here's not going to do you much good.
Well, I guess I could meet with the head archmage.
All right. And the rest of you, what will you be doing?
I might go check out this Mortimer.
All right. So we have about 10 minutes. Johnson takes his leave and beckons for you to accompany him into the tower, Marcus, while the rest of you are kept under the watchful eye of the other that was never. Okay.
Is Samuel allowed to come? And I gestured to Samuel.
He's not born with it, is he?
I don't
And
think so.
and Samuel kind of cocks his head and he said, "What do you mean? You can't do magic, can you?" No, sir. I'm afraid you're going to have to wait outside. And then Samuel's eyes get, and he looks up at you, Marcus, and then his lower lip gets, he kind of bites down on it, but then he says, "I can be brave. Come back soon."
I look at him. Good lad. I'll be back soon.
So he watches you go as you disappear into the tower, and then he kind of puts his hands in his pockets and he's not really sure what to do, but he tries to stay with the group.
I go over to him and kind of put his arm. Let's go check out some magic stuff while we're waiting. How about?
Oh! Do you have cards? Do you have like balls that stay in the air?
Well, I don't know what I've, but we can check what they have.
Can I go up
Okay.
into the tower?
So he sniffles a little bit and wipes his nose, and then he says, "Yeah, let's go see." So you want to go up in the tower, Mira?
Yes.
So you're going to ask the other guard if you can?
Yeah.
So, are you a student of the arcane arts?
I'm a cleric.
I'm afraid you're in the wrong complex. There,
Darn.
across the wall.
Alright, I'm gonna go check it out then.
Okay. Is Layla gonna follow you?
Yes.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah.
that's adorable.
Okay, so in Mortimer's shop, Sheik and Loosefang and Samuel have entered the shop. Inside, you find a somewhat smoky atmosphere, but the smoke is not gray like normal. It is multicolored. You see purples and pinks and reds and blue smokes. It's rather fascinating that there is a continual cloud along the ceiling of this shop that is fluctuating in lots of different colors of smoke. The sources of these smoke is at the back of the shop. That looks like there is some sort of table where there are hundreds of bottles of various different sizes holding different colors and viscosities of liquids. And you can see that there is a man back there. You're not sure he's a man because he has his back to you, but he looks like a man from the back, although he does have a hood over his head, and he's working at this table, and right now he has a large bowl, and he's pouring several jars of multicolored liquids into it, producing a wondrous amount of smoke.
I look at the smoke and I just start.
So you're sniffing?
I'm not sniffing. I'm just sort of looking at it and laughing
Yeah.
as I walk towards them.
So on the walls of this shop, you can see various different trinkets, picture frames, wands, and vials and cups and different things. Some of them are actually, they appear to be moving on their own. And it looks like it looks somewhat like a toy shop, although you do know better. Samuel, on the other hand, is pulling at you a little bit as you hold his hand, because he wants to go and get a better look at a lot of these different things, but you're not sure if he's going to actually reach out and try and grab some of these things off the shelf, and you think better of it.
Hey, Sam, let's go ahead and look with our eye before we touch it. I don't want you to end up with tail like mine. Mark.
And he considers this for a moment, then he looks up at you, then he looks down at his tail, and then he kind of says very, very quietly, but I want a tail.
Oh!
Aww.
Well, we better make sure that whatever you touch doesn't give you a fish tail. Don't.
And then then his eyes grow wide, and he looks up at you and he says, that could really happen. And then he puts his hands in his pockets.
Good job.
Good
Scaring
lad.
the kid.
So you reach the back of the shop, and you find a tall looking figure that is probably a man, except you get a good look at his hands, and they're actually covered with green scales. So
I sort
this
of rap on the counter.
Okay, at the sound, he puts several jars down, and he steadies the bowl, and he says, not yet, not yet. I've got to agitate it just right. Can you hold for just a moment? And he starts shaking the bowl back and forth.
Pardon. Sure thing.
It's got to be just the right aptitude. Ah, there it is. And then the solution in the bowl turns a bright yellow for a moment, and then it was absolutely clear. And then he says, ah, perfect. And then he picks up the whole bowl and drinks the whole thing in one gulp. Puts the bowl down on the table, wipes his mouth on his sleeve, and then he pulls his hood back, and you see a large reptilian head. And he is clearly dragonborn.
Thirsty.
He is dragonborn. He said, "Greetings."
It sounded like the old term.
He is he is clearly over 6 feet tall, probably about 6.5 feet tall, and he extends a scaly hand towards you, and he says, "Greetings and welcome to my shop."
I clasp his and shake. Thank you kindly.
So as he's shaking your hand, his eyes bulge a bit, and then he turns his head and bursts loudly, and a cloud of yellow smoke comes out of his mouth. So, whoa, I put a little extra in that. Sorry about that. Then he shakes his head and he looks at you once again. What can I do for you?
Well, to be honest, I'm not quite sure. We just heard that this was a place we might find trinkets and whatnot.
Oh,
we were just over at the tower.
You'll find plenty here. You're not students of the arcane? Are you just curious, or are you looking to purchase?
I'm just curious.
Well, we have, as you can see, and he gestures back to the table, plenty of potions and alchemy. I can change your hair to purple if you like, or your entire coat of fur. I'm not sure if you'd like that.
I mean, I guess under the right circle, that could come in useful.
I could whip that up for you. On the other hand, if you look along this wall, you'll see various tinctures that you can apply to clothing and to add various effects to your clothing. On the other wall here, you'll see there are a number of rings and wands. Some of them just experiments from the students, but some of them are my own personal creations. Don't tell the Archmage.
Or your secret safe me. A question. You
Yes.
wouldn't happen to have anything that might cause a tail, would you?
You wish to grow a tail? You already have one.
Well, I mean,
Unless
you
my
never
eyes
really-
deceive me. I don't know, that potion was a little overpotent. I might be seeing things.
Well, I
and he
mean, in our line,
looks around behind you.
might lose one. So,
Oh, wait, say that again?
in our line of work, you never know when you might lose. Seems like it might be a good idea to have a way to regrow it should the need.
Adventurers, are ya? Going out into danger?
Well, only if it can't be avoided.
Then you'll be looking for my tinctures. And he goes over to the wall. And he has various bottles that look like bottles of different colors of ink. And he says, he pulls one out and he says, apply this one to your robes and it'll make it so that a blade will not cut through it. Well, at least not as easily. And then this one over here, this one will make it so you'll never get cold. And then this one here, if you want to keep your tail, you can rub this on your fur. I've got tinctures of every kind here. Just tell me what you're looking for. And then he goes over to a shelf and he says, don't use this shelf here. These are the student experiments.
I know where I'm going.
Yeah.
And you feel like these might not be the safe for consumption.
Well, I'm sure they're certified. The mages, they always certify that they're functioning properly before they bring them to my shop. But I'll tell you, their certification process, they're lazy. All they do is a drop or two and they say, yes, it works, and they cap the bottle and bring it to my shop. That's not thorough.
They're not FDA approved.
I'll have to look through them.
FDA?
You have a,
Pray tell.
I'm
not
not
familiar.
there.
Oh, yeah.
the
I went over
Federation of
It was
Distilling
just a
Alcohol.
joke, real life joke, and it's fine.
I know, I'm teasing.
It's the Federation
Yeah.
of Distilling Alcohol.
Where
The
the clothes
Federation
off.
of Stealing Alcohol.
Of alcohol distilleries.
Oh boy.
Not going there.
Oh,
And
sorry.
diluting alcohol.
Yeah. So, Renji, say what? What were you saying, Renji?
I have a couple idea. I have a couple of ideas for.
Yes, what's your idea?
For the offline talk.
For what?
For the offline thing.
Oh, offline. Okay, that's fine.
Because
All right.
easier for me.
Well, I
It
don't
is
want.
midnight.
Yes, I
So
didn't
let's
want to
finish this up.
Yeah.
I
Okay,
mean, we
I
can
was gonna
pause.
go into the go into the temple, but that can wait, I guess.
Yeah. We can wait.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can finish our dealing here with Mortimer next time.
Yep.
Right.
Wait a minute. Who put Feluco? Did you put this little thing with the puppy licking the tortoise?
What?
There's it in the memes and stuff. So anyway, let's get to the point where we can. Let me finish up.
Yeah.
So where we're at right now, Marcus is inside the tower on his way to go see the Archmage. The rest of the party, minus Layla and Mira, they are in Mortimer's shop looking at the wondrous magic items, while Mira has made her way to the Temple of Orleana in the government complex. And so next time we will resolve each of those stories. Thank you for joining us, everyone, and let's bring it to a close.
Yeah, that's fun.
Four,
Yay!
3,
Yay.
2, 1.